Hey, do you remember the county fair demolition derbies? You know how it's changed now? You know it's live stream, paid per view. Their cars out there now are costing $30,000, $40,000. Hey, we're going to take a quick trip down memory lane, tell you how derby was back in the day, where they are now. Get ready, we'll be right back.
The Mike Weatherford Show is proud to announce we are now officially powered by TEC. If their fiber optic internet service can handle everything we throw at it here in the studio, from videos to calls and live streams, you better believe they can handle your home or business too. If speed, stability, and service is important to you, you can count on TEC. Thanks, TEC. Now let's get to the show.
Recorded live in the studios of Brewery Street Mafia. This is a Red Dog Bread production.
And now, your number one rated show, The Mike Weatherford Show. Here's your host, Mike Weatherford.
Hey, welcome back to the Mike Weatherford Show. I'm your host, Mike Weatherford. Demolition Derby, we all remember them, right? Growing up, watching them. Going to the county fair, watching them guys, your neighbors and your friends, and maybe your father, your uncle, beating into each other. Remember them days? It's changed a lot. Hey, we're going to be talking about how it was back in the beginning to where it is now. And I've got a great bunch of guys in here tonight. I got a good friend of mine that at one time he didn't like me too well, but we become friends later on. Welcome to the show, Brad Doublin.
Thank you for having me.
How you been doing, man?
I'm doing better.
Health doing pretty well.
Yeah, getting better. Still, my leg's still hemmed up, but
you about ready to drive another derby car?
I'd love to drive again, but my wife would skin me alive.
Well, don't you know the old saying, it's better to get forgiveness than it is permission?
Oh, yeah.
Hey, I appreciate you coming in, brother.
Thank you. You're welcome.
All right, and straight from Throwdown TV, which is what we're going to be talking about tonight, is how Demolition Derby come from county fairs to it's live streamed all over the world right now. I want to bring in Anthony Wallace. Welcome to the show, Anthony.
Thank you for having me, man. Appreciate it.
How you doing, brother?
I'm excited about it. Anytime you get together and talk about Demolition Derby, I get fired up about it.
Oh, man. I guess we can start off by saying it has really changed.
Just looking at these models that I brought in to show you, man, you kind of got the grasp of what's going on.
Yeah,
so
it has. I mean, how did you get in from driving derby cars into launching a TV series called Throwdown TV? Tell me how that happened.
Man, I don't know. I can't go back in my memory, but I've just always had a passion for Demolition Derby. Like people have it with Kentucky basketball or whatever. That's my thing. I love the sport. I love the sport, and I've been very fortunate. To be honest with you, make a long story short, me and a guy named Jerry Darnell, that you know from the Napa series you used to do.
Yeah.
We had a business called Cannonball Derby Parts, and we got to going around the country, and there's a show called Track Shot Live that I was a big fan of. And they were at a show we were at, and there's a guy named Todd from Indy CNC, we call him, Todd Kilgard. He owns derbyparts.com. And we're just making fun of him, really. We started making fun of each other. We had this Cannonball Indy CNC rivalry, and they kind of took to it. Now we're both on Track Shot.
Wow.
So they've flown us all over the country and all, and that led to Track Shot's a free platform. It's not free. Everybody wants to say it's free, but it's not. That game. Somebody's always paying for something. Nothing's really free. And we've put a lot into it the last 3 or 4 years, and there's been a demand for some of these bigger shows, which, even for you back in the day, the show here in Paris was huge.
Yeah.
And they're leaps and bounds ahead of that now. So
the
demand was there, and there was only another company or two out there doing it, and they liked our brand, so we went with it,
Back in the day, Brad, you can remember, it was on TNT or one of them would show
TNN Motor Madness.
Yeah, they showed derbies every once in a while back in the day, and then it kind of went away. And now it's grown. It came back in the 70s, in 80s and 90s, and now it's really picked up. It's paid for view. Yeah. That's a big deal now.
It's a big deal, yeah.
Has it hurt the attendance in the crowd by doing paid per view?
No, not at all. Not at all. As far as the sport's concerned, I think
everybody can't drive to New York.
No, definitely not. Can't everybody drive? And there's some shows you just, you want to see and can't go to. And some of this action's phenomenal. The stuff they're doing now. But no, it's not hurt the attendance. If anything's hurt attendance at derbies, it's just the amount. The sport's it's growing. and it's growing faster than guys can keep up. I know what you guys were doing, both of you, back in the Napa days. You know, I was watching all that. Like how y'all were working like that. They're doing that all summer long now.
Oh, yeah.
You know.
Brad, I can remember back, I'm a little older than y'all, too. I think I'm 21, so I think I'm older than y'all.
Yeah, it's a little bit.
Yeah, back in my day, you went to the salvage yard. When them old cars, man, them 76 Impalas, those wagons, those bubbles, they're everywhere.
Yeah.
You buy you 3 or 4 to run you a year, go out there, and you just knock the windows out. I run a lot of them, but just doing is knocking the windows out of them, chaining the door shut, putting them out on the track, and derbying them.
That's the way I started.
And then it went to that to where we started taking body boats out, welding up frames, and now it's motors in these cars, man, is absolutely phenomenal.
Unbelievable horsepower. I mean, entry level rear end, braced rear end from a manufacturer. You know, there's lots of parts companies. You're talking $5,000 just for a rear axle on a full size car.
Yeah, you're right. It is. And back in the day, we just kind of took a darn old 9-inch Ford. That's all what I did. I took a 9-inch Ford, put under a wagon one time, and welded my own brackets, and geared it down. Had a stock motor, little cam in it. Everybody thought it was all engine. I didn't tell them it was just that gear.
Yeah.
You put a 514 gear under a 350 Chevrolet, it's going to wake up out that little pin. That's all I did. Mm-hmm. But now, man, they have really changed. I mean, what is the biggest thing you've seen change?
Live streaming is definitely huge. For me, a lot of people's perception of Demolition Derby is a local county fair here, or some of the shows you guys run. Like I was finding out from Zane Beard, the little thing we filmed the other day, that Brad had went to, like, I think it was a Dixie Crash Fest. Was you down there or
Woodstock, Georgia?
Woodstock, Georgia. Dixie Crash Fest, I believe that's what it's called. And some of that stuff, and that's early on. That's kind of like, that was before Derby Madness. And I mean, Derby Madness was ahead of its time, or I say that because of the movie, but the Napa series. But man, seeing how the sport's different all over the country. Yeah. There's a Whatcom Demo Derby Club up in Linden, Washington, and there was nobody putting on their derby, so all the derby drivers formed a club, and they police themselves, and it's phenomenal. It works great for them.
Wow.
It's really cool.
Back in the day, Brad, it was just fairs.
Just county fairs.
There really wasn't nothing to tech. I don't think there's as much cheating as you would think back in the day, because nobody knew what to do, really.
Yeah.
But you just had the guys that go out there and they'd put on a derby, and maybe the fair board to get fair members go out there and flag it. And there was, I always said back in my days of driving, I'm going to go to a fight, maybe a derby will break out.
That's about right. That's right.
That's kind of how it was. But what's amazing is small cars is a big thing. Is it still a big thing now?
It is. When I was running, back when you guys were running, I quit there right before I guess you quit. I kind of stepped away from driving for a while, but that was the 4-cylinder cars. You remember the Tempos and the Pintos, the Escorts and all that? Well, those days are gone now. Now we're on mainly, there's still some 4-cylinder Camrys, but Camrys and the W-body platform of the compacts, Luminas, Monte Carlos. And they're nasty.
They're tough.
They're nasty.
Really?
They went from EFI to carbon, the EFI motors, and now they've all done 360 back. They're like, okay, this EFI stuff's a lot better.
Wow.
But the parts are unbelievable. You were talking earlier, I was going to tell you, just kind of give you a way to look at the transition between you and now. I mean, how many 74 Impala bumpers you probably hauled off, you and Brad combined?
I wish not.
That's $500 a piece right now is what a 74 Impala front's going to bring you. So
now everybody's running them Fords. Back in the day, you wanted your Impalas, and even before my series, the Napa Auto Parts Crash for Cash, even before I did that Derby Madness deal, you still wanted your Impalas, your Monte Carlos, and your Bubbles.
Yeah, back in the day, I can remember pulling up at the track, and I'd be like, God, I hope them Fords are in my heat.
You
tear them up in one hit.
Oh, yeah, they had it. Yeah.
How many of them did you crush?
Yeah.
I mean, you just haul them to scrapyard.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, they had them crush panels out there, and they figured out a way to cheat them things up. And they're tough, man.
They're destroying Impalas, head on.
Yeah, they are. They're in store. And it's evolved where when people still today think Demolition Derby. When you say that, they kind of, it's just like NASCAR, like NHRA. It is a serious sport. There's guys that build engines. Name some of them engine builders building engines now.
You got Adam Fouché out there. You got Collier. I know Scott Zizelman. He's building some engines, man.
Baldwin engines.
Baldwin, I forgot about the Missouri.
Yeah, but what's the engine called? What, around 355s or whatever you want?
Anywhere from 8,000 up. Just whatever you want to spend.
Yeah, Demolition Derby car motor.
Yeah, and they're phenomenal.
Just the entry level, I think Collier's around $8,000 just
probably.
the entry.
Right. Then you got your transmissions.
Yeah.
Yeah, then that's no braces or nothing. I mean, you're talking. Brad's talking about just
bracing. That's
your basic drive
to
line.
me. Can I say this? Racing is what I thought was going to be the end of Demolition Derby. Maybe I'm wrong. I fought it all my years of being a promoter. I fought the braces.
Yeah.
It was the end of the county fairs.
Yeah. It made the end
The
of
big shows are still, they've got their classes because they pull in the money.
Yeah.
And, but like I've always said, I can take my 4-year-old grandson and put him in a D9 dozer and he can drive through a wall.
Yeah. I remember one time, it ain't about me, but I'm going to tell you, I can remember one time, I don't know who it was. They had an outlaw class. It might have been Bardwell, Kentucky.
Yeah, Bardwell had one.
And I think they had that old bridge tore down and put it on a car. But they didn't hit.
Yeah.
They wrote, I said, it's going to be good. Outlaw, run what you brunk. It's kind of like my drag racing day. When they said outlaw, run what you brunk, I was happy.
Yep, they had them 2 or 3 different places. Benton had one.
But they wouldn't hit.
Chris
What was the deal with
that big wagon up here.
Michael Blakely had one, too.
Had
one.
And
Michael Holmes had one.
Yeah. But they didn't hit
Kevin Hill.
Yeah. Why didn't they hit with them things?
It hurt. It hurt too much.
None of them had motors where they could move around.
That's probably right there now. I mean, you didn't. I always said I was going to, when I run my series of derbies, I said I'm either going to go back to chain and bang or I'm not going to tech them. One or two, And I said, everybody wants their car tech with theirs.
Yeah.
Everybody wants to cheat, but they don't want nobody else to cheat.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Man.
Everybody wanted to bring a cheated up car, but they didn't want nobody else to have it.
Now you got lifts and everything. I mean, that's something you really didn't
never
have.
We had to get on the ground, dude.
Or some ramps maybe or whatever.
No, we crawled on the ground.
Yeah.
We crawled around out there. And back in the day, people would say, oh, man, you're cheating. You're letting these cars get in. You shouldn't get in. So I'd let these guys tech. Just say Brad, for example. Brad give me more cussings. Him and the clique give me more cussings than anybody. He's always bitching all the time. And I'd say, well, come on and tech them. So I'd take these old drivers and put them on the car and let them tech. Come on, what'd you find? I didn't find nothing.
Yeah.
What the hell then? But yet the next derby, they back bitching again.
That was a different time too. I mean, Brad, I'll tell you now, some of these Crown Vics and stuff they're running, they're costly, especially because they're getting in dirt track. A lot of guys are racing them.
Yeah.
But we've started. I don't say we. I've been involved in it since the early on. But a guy named Jason Sauer, it's a friend of mine. He's a graffiti artist, and he's on Track Shot also. He out of Pittsburgh. He started a class called MWFA, and that's really taken off at the county fairs around here. So you can run a Dodge Durango down. So you could run a Dodge Durango against a Chevette. Theoretically, it sucks, but you can.
Oh, yeah.
Minivans, whatever, and you can't do anything. You move the battery, wire the doors, wire the deck lid, wire the trunk. That's it.
Well, kind of like the turtle, it's kind of like the coyote chasing rabbit out there, ain't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's trying to run that little car down. Yeah, I mean, what about these derby parts? That's a big industry now.
Huge, man.
I mean, they making everything. Tell me, what are they making?
Oh, everything. There's if you get opportunity to get on derbyparts.com, you can check it out. That's kind of what my buddy he's bringing everybody together. There's so many vendors now, getting them all one-stop shop for it.
Right.
But, I mean, harnesses and, I was just telling you about some tie rods that are, I haven't seen them with my own eyes tell you exactly how they work, but they're full-size tie rods that are shock absorbing to some degree.
Wow.
And have you ever heard of a sky-high steering column?
Yeah, but I don't know what the hell it is.
It is. Nobody knows. Do you actually know what it is, Brad? Or have any idea?
It's a spring. It's
like a Roto-Rooter spring.
Yeah, it's a big spring, double spring, I think, actually. And there's no breaking it. I mean, it'll bend up.
You snoot them all the way to the sky, and they're not going.
See, and drag racing, where I got my start in motorsports, is they used to, those cables that hold these phone poles up?
Sure.
Mm-hmm. When you build a drag car, you always had trouble getting your steering column hooked up to your rack and pinion, and with a strut type front end and all. And some of these guys was taking those guide wires, cutting them out, putting clamps, putting connectors on the end of them, and hook them to your drive shaft, hook another end down there to your steering column, a guide wire. And NHRA finally outlawed that because they was breaking. Can you imagine taking a guide wire? You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah,
a guide wire.
Absolutely.
That's how you made that flexible shaft going in there. And they was using snap-on swivels because they was pretty strong, but they was using that. And I drove a car one time at this is old times. I think we were running an eighth mile. I think I was running like 160 mile an hour on the back tires. I got out of the car. They took the big blower motor out of it and put another motor back in it. And the next pass, that damn cable broke. And he was running like 100 mile an hour. But that's kind of the same thing.
Yeah. I mean, the sport.
Is it working?
The steering column.
Yeah.
You can tie the dang thing in a knot, dude, and still have steering. It is
Wow.
the most unbelievable thing. Jake, gosh, I'm drawing the last name Jake from.
Well, how do
Skyham.
you win a derby now? You just run out of gas?
Just
Get
wheels.
hot mostly. Whoever's motor don't get hot.
Depending on some of these tracks, I mean, you go out to a show like Blizzard Bash or something, or the real hard track, you know, they've got the tracks figured out. Of course, indoor venues, that's something you never really had a problem with. The dirt, you know, you work a good track up, but you never have a problem with the track going away.
No.
That you do all the time now, and you've got, you know.
What's it? Do you get too hard? Too dry?
It's just not, you ain't got enough moisture in there for it to bind, and the car will dig and sink down.
Sinks
Well,
down.
they're running those, you know, solids, forklift solids on the rear, 23 850s.
That's a lot.
So you got to run up, like I said, 115 or 27 850, something like that, and get the car up and get a little suspension.
Solid suspensions, they'll go down.
Just go down.
They ain't got nothing to give to get bounced to get them going.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
So that, you know, there's lots of variables now that since you've left the sport or not been around it that, I mean, you never thought. Who would have thought?
No, I mean, they was bringing out some of them tires, you know, and I didn't have no problem with the tires. You know, I know back in my day of driving, we're talking about promoting and driving. I didn't drive when I started promoting, but back in my days of driving, we'd put one tire inside of another tire.
Still do that.
Yeah.
And hell, I was breaking axles.
Yep.
You know, that things was heavy, you know, and then you break it on an axle. And I said, nah, you know, I'm going to make mine light as I can, you know, maybe it won't break an axle. But derby drivers are the smartest people I've ever met in my life.
Unbelievable.
If I had a drag racing team again, I'd want a lot of these drivers, and these builders mostly, on my race car team, innovating stuff. Because, dude, they can do something with nothing.
There's fabricators out of this world in these derby cars now.
It is, man.
It's phenomenal. I mean, it's absolutely phenomenal.
What made you decide to this one day decide you was going to start live streaming? Did y'all know there was a demand for that, or you just
there was
hoping?
a company out there already that was doing it, and then they were kind of the OG as far as the pay-per-view side, and then Trackshot was kind of the OG of the free 99 top deal. You can see the Throwdown TV logo. Yeah, and
that's y'all's logo.
That's one of our logos. Yes,
right.
sir. Yeah, we've got a bunch, but that's me, and that's me on the right there, and then Fatty Clark. He's another owner of Throwdown TV.
Which one's Fatty?
He's the one in the middle.
Well, hell, seems like the one on the right ought to be called Fatty.
Well, I don't know what the hell's going on.
Is the one on the right called Skinny?
No, there is a guy on there named Skinny. We have a Skinny and a Fatty on Trackshot Live, but then the guy on the left there, that's Todd Kilgard. He's from DerbyParts.com and EDCNC. And so really the guy on the left is how I got involved with not with the sport, but with the live streaming, because we burn each other down in ways that are almost unethical at times, where feelings get hurt, and we just laugh about it. Yeah. So I started learning how to edit videos to make fun of him, and that came full circle. And
hey, that's cool. That's cool.
Yeah.
So
really enjoy it.
y'all took a.
There's Skinny right there. He's
Okay.
Skinny's been fighting cancer, and he's going through some stuff. So he usually got long hair and a big beard.
Right.
And the guy in the middle, that's Jason Sauer. He's an artist. He's world known.
Right.
And he's the one that started MWFA class. You can see I just got out of a car. I had ran.
Yeah, you got mud on you.
Yeah, it was a mess. It was pouring down
Oh,
rain.
yeah.
But that was at Smashing for Skinny out in Ottawa, Kansas.
Yeah. What's this right here?
That's when we were at a show out in South Dakota a couple years ago. That's the guy on the right. That's Bill Francis. He's the producer for Trackshot Live, and he's the producer for Throwdown TV too. He's another owner at Throwdown TV.
Right.
And then Fatty there, of course, like I said, and then Joe Linke. You'll be seeing him on the show. Then Robbie Crittenden, the guy with the long beard. Yeah. He's the one putting on a show called Bourbon Beatdown in Freedom Hall here in about 25 days. Him and a gentleman named Andrew Perry.
They got that Bourbon Trail going on up in Kentucky. Is that where he's going to be a part? Is that where it's coming from?
No, there are a couple of distillery sponsors, but this show is just called Bourbon Beatdown, and it's in Freedom Hall. It's a 2-day show this year.
Okay. Yep. All right. Wow. So getting in. You used to make derby parts. You still do?
Yes, sir. No, I got out of that, and
you went in. Who was you with?
I was with. I started out kind of doing it on my own, and then a friend of mine, Jerry Darnell.
Yeah,
we got involved together and ran the roads for several years, and things just didn't work out.
What's the name of that company?
Cannonball Derby Parts.
Right.
And things just didn't go the way that we hoped they would, and he's still doing it. And then I kind of went pursuant to the live stream stuff, and we're working hard at growing the company, but. A lot of these shows that are out there, they've already had somebody for a while, so it takes a while to put in. And but you wouldn't believe the amount of people. I was going to tell you earlier. I think it was back in 2012, and I can't remember the college that did this, but they did a study on what motorsport has the most active participants of any motorsport in the world, and it was Demolition Derby.
Well, sure it is.
So you think about that. Now there's a demand. I mean, these guys want to watch the show and they can't make it or whatever, and we were actually a friend of yours. I heard you say on a show here previously, Cletus T. Judd.
Yeah.
He was at a derby I was at about 2 weeks ago in West Virginia.
He made a new video, I think.
One of my videos is in it.
Really?
Yeah, he called
That's
me.
cool.
He called me and
what was the name of that video? He told me.
I love NASCAR.
That's right.
And so
that's his second. That's a
second one. He did the first one with Toby Keith.
Yeah,
This one was
that
Mark
first
Wills.
one was cool too.
And it was so weird, man, because that, like I haven't listened to him since I was a kid, I guess. But I was a big fan when I was little.
Oh yeah, we
and
all
so
are.
I'm talking to this, driving in my truck, talking to this voice of my childhood, and he's wanting to use my Derby video.
Yeah.
And so that was really cool, to
He's
get
cool.
to talk
He's a cool
to him.
guy.
Yeah.
He's been in Paris before. He's a real cool guy.
We kept talking
Been on the
about
show, I
Toby.
think.
He kept saying, Toby wanted me to do this. And I was like, Toby, hell, he's talking about Toby Keith.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, okay.
Oh yeah, him and Toby said they did that first. What they got? Starts with a P. Parallel. When you make fun of another
parody.
He
Yes,
did that
sir.
one then, and Toby was in there with him on that one.
Yep.
The first one, I thought that first one was kicked butt. I loved that.
Yeah, it was good.
Yeah, then his second one's just as good. He's kind of going through his second childhood.
Mm-hmm.
You run through all that stuff all them years. You're on top, and then they shuffle you down to the bottom. He's coming back.
Oh yeah,
and he's a cool guy.
Yeah. I'm learning, man. You can stay up top, but you're not staying there forever.
You're not, man. It don't matter what you do.
Fight as hard as you
Everything I've ever did, when I won a lot of things, different sports I was in, but I couldn't stay on top long.
Yeah.
It don't matter what
Don't
you
matter
do.
You're at the
what
top.
you do.
There's only one way to go. And it's
Oh yeah,
down.
you're going
That's
to
it.
fall. It seems like you look like when I was racing, drag racing, I'd look and I'm at the top, nobody could catch me. And then when they called me, it was the whole damn crowd just went by me. I said, what the hell are y'all guys doing? But Demolition Derby, everybody that sits in the stands, they want to do that. Everybody wants the Derby because, who don't want to run over
If
somebody?
they don't, when that starts, they do. When that adrenaline starts pumping.
Oh,
they
man,
want
there's
in.
nothing like sitting up there in the stands, and being a fan of Derby, because you've got loyal fans at Demolition Derby.
Absolutely.
And y'all know that. Y'all had them when y'all
Yeah.
Derby, Brad, y'all, the clique brung a damn army. I mean,
Yeah.
hell, there was 1,000 people following
Yeah.
the clique around, and and the fans absolutely love it. And when I did the little deal I did, I would try to tell the drivers, look, guys, they're looking up to y'all like NASCAR drivers.
Yeah.
They do. Talk to this crowd out there. Let them know. Let them sit in your car. Talk to them. Because that's your next drivers. And the crowd who don't want to run over some idiot pulled out in front of you.
Well, you just think about your whole life. You're taught your muscle memory.
Yeah.
Hit the brakes.
Yeah.
Something's about to happen.
Yeah.
Just hit the
Yeah.
brakes or stomp the gas, get out of the way.
Yeah.
And now,
Yeah.
I mean, that's really a challenge when you get out there
Yeah,
at first.
yeah.
You're
Yeah.
like, am I supposed to do this?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
You're right. But who hadn't wanted to?
Everybody wants
Everybody
to.
wants to knock that. I mean, I'm coming up here a while ago. I wanted to run over this guy.
There's been a few times, I'm sure Brad's got some stories too, where he did knock the hell out of them and wished he hadn't.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I could tell you some stories about Brad.
I've got one I really wished I wouldn't have done. Night
that?
at Napa, I hit Trevor.
At last league.
I had the Derby one. I mean,
$5,000 in your
$5,000.
pocket, dude.
I mean, Trevor was so hot he couldn't even move.
Yep.
And instead of hitting him with my back end here, I had to spin her around and show out wide open. Broke the crank out of my motor.
This is something right here. Brad, and the show's not about me, okay? I want to make that clear. It's about you, but I got to tell this story. He rung it up. Brad had it won. Trevor was burnt down. There was a bunch, about 70 cars there right now.
There's a bunch.
And he'd won. It was down to 2 cars, Trevor Smith and Brad Doublin. He had.
This was like the third year or something, wasn't it? This would have been.
It took him a long time to win it.
Yeah.
Brad,
First year
I
was
didn't win it
Max.
to 10. I
No.
won it in 2010. Is when
Yeah,
I won.
he
Max
was
Paris won the first one, and then
I don't remember.
maybe
remember.
Trevor won the
He
second
was a
one.
Dale Earnhardt. Like Dale Earnhardt couldn't win Daytona, he could not win the Napa Crane.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that was seriously my line.
Yeah.
He just could not win it. Well, they got down there. This is what happened. He hit him with his head on, broke his crank, motor died. Trevor got that damn thing cranked up, run over and just tapped him.
Just enough.
And he
That's all it
said,
takes.
"Are you going to call that a hit?" I said, "Brad, I got to." "Come on, dude. That's not a hit." I said, "That's a hit, Brad." And Trevor, it was the end of it. It ended like that. It was he knocked the hell out of Trevor, broke his crank because he was going to, like he said, he going to show out.
Yeah.
I'm going to beat, and it cost him $5,000. You still got $3,500 per second, but you didn't get the big check.
That was
All the
only
trouble.
1,500 per second. I
Was it
lost
15?
3,500.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
Man.
And,
Yeah.
and that was back in the day when it was fun.
You know, that was really an evolution there. Well, I'm actually wearing a Dent shirt right now, but,
Yeah.
but I'm sure, you guys remember Dent. And then
Yeah.
Dent kind of was fading out right in there. And then here come the Napa series, and it was I have to say the Napa Series did more for Demolition Derby than anything ever had in our area.
Well, I appreciate
definitely
that.
in our area.
At that time.
I appreciate it.
And if it if we'd have had the social media presence and the things that we have now,
Or if you'd had somebody that knew how to do it other than me.
well, you did a great job. I'll have to say you did a good job, man. That's an undertaking.
It is. We was trying to take that series and make it into a national event. There's two little stories I do want to tell you. I flew to LA and was going to be on either to Good Morning America or one of them little talk shows. Remember when that show, The Bucket List, was a popular TV show before you died? Well, they was doing Good Morning America. God, I don't know, man. So they flew us out there. We got us some wine and dine. And they come in there to me right before it was my time coming to green room, like our green room in there, and they was feeding us and carrying on. They said, Mike, I don't know, man. Legal's having second thoughts about it. I said, why? I said, you just did a hit on people riding bulls. You done did one on people, jumping out of airplanes. And Demolition Derby was something, a bucket list everybody ought to do before they die is what it was about. And they wouldn't do it because they was scared that people would get on the interstate after watching that and run over each other.
You talking about that.
Seriously, that is a true story. They flew me to L.A., wined me and dined me, took care of me, and then at the last minute canceled it. Said, Mike, we just can't do it. Derby, that's how derbies was looked at. It's so dangerous. They was scared. They showed guys riding bulls. They showed guys skydiving, jumping out of airplanes. Perfectly good airplanes that jumped out of it, right?
Man.
And they wouldn't let me talk about derbies.
You talk about that riding bulls. I don't know if you saw the video. I
did.
sent your guy that Weston Simpson out there in Utah that I filmed. I'd much rather get in a derby car than a bull.
Yeah,
I filmed this. There's Mike Tick from Track Shot. That bull reared up and turned over.
I think the bull won.
Yeah, this is the actual. That's his brother Colton, I believe it is, or Coulter pulling his rope. But yeah, this is at their backyard. We were out there in Heber City, Utah, for a Demolition Derby, and this kid ran the Derby that night. After this happened, he rides bulls and derbies.
Yeah, he'll be stove up one day, guarantee.
Yeah,
I did a lot of stuff with the PBR champion, which is Ricky Nance. He's from Paris here. He's done a lot of stuff. We got stuff around here about him, and hell, he's broke up, scarred up. I mean, look at that. Brad, would you do that?
No.
You drive a derby car.
They got a kill switch. Bull ain't got no kill switch.
Yeah, but my car don't
There he
have
goes back over on him.
Oh yeah,
This kid, they turned that bull out right there, and he got up. He was shook up a little bit, and his dad said, "You been running back?" He said, "No, I'll run another one in." And they run another one right in. He rode it for 15 seconds right after that.
Wow.
Tough, a level of toughness you can't.
I like cows. I want to eat them.
Yeah.
I don't want to ride them. I mean, I like a big old steak. But what I've seen is it's hard, and I don't know, Brad can agree or disagree, or you can do. You found something in the sport to keep you active.
Yeah.
As an old promoter, it's kind of hard to go watch a derby. And as an old promoter, and it doesn't bother me, but if they see me at a track, when they don't like something that went on, they come to me.
Sure.
What do you think happened? Don't you think that's a bunch of boys? Dude, I don't even know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
They want me to agree that they was done wrong. And I say, look, I didn't see the call, and if I did, it doesn't matter what I think.
That happens to us a lot too, live streaming. Somebody will say something, and you've got to be like, hey, man, unofficially, this is what happened. We don't know. You got to remove yourself.
Yeah,
I understand what you're saying.
Yeah, and I get that a lot. And every time there's a derby around here local, people knows my number's calling me. And I do call in who won, how'd it go, and I hear this. I say, hey, I don't think that they said this right here happened at the derby, and I want to know. Because number one thing is you're pleasing the fans.
Yes.
Without the fans, you won't have a Demolition Derby. You won't have an industry. You won't have parts. You won't have live streaming. You got to please them fans. And that's the hardest part to get the drivers. It's all do it on their own. Yeah. They got to pay to Derby. And that's what I tried to get rid of was paying the Derby. I tried to make it because my Derby was free. Yeah. The big crash Derby. It was, I think $15,000, $18,000 perks. I paid way back in the heats and all. It was a lot of money we paid out.
You paid. It was way ahead of its time.
Yeah,
way.
And it didn't cost you nothing to get in because you just had to qualify to get.
Well,
there.
When you were doing that series, man, there's local county fairs still paying $1,000 to win.
Yeah,
and and I'm not saying.
Oh, they was paying $500. Some of them, and I made them.
And you made them go to $1,000, and they're still on that $1,000. Really? And I'm not knocking it, but because if you get 5 or 6 cars there, I mean, what can you do? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But you can't go pay $2,000, $3,000, $4,000.
No, and what's it cost to get in a Derby now? It used to be $10.
15, I think on average.
They can pay. They could pay more than that. And a lot of times though, in your fair derbies, it's not about the money. It ain't. A lot of them just want to do it because it's fun and it's your local hometown.
Sure.
Yeah, but when you got drivers, you notice them coming in from other towns, or if you want more drivers from other towns, you got to pay them guys, man.
Yeah.
Like one derby that we did up in Nashville, we paid y'all guys to show up. Remember
Oh, that was
day?
cool. Yeah, we were there Friday night, and y'all were in Saturday night.
Yeah, on the asphalt. Yeah, that was fun.
Yeah, we paid y'all. We paid y'all to show up.
Yeah, paid us $500 to show up.
Yeah.
And I forgot what it was to win it, but Shane Dunaway, while it runs with us, he
That's
won
the first asphalt derby ever done, wasn't it?
Yeah.
You like it?
Yep. I like it.
You like that?
Which I went to Louisville Motor Speedway years ago.
Yeah.
I didn't get to run, but I was with a buddy of mine, which Max and Michael Britton ran it.
They did
a couple once too. But.
I guess it depends on some of that. But that track up there it's got some stuff sprayed on it, and we kept it to a smaller area. But was it harder hits than it was being dirt?
I don't really think so.
Harder hits.
No.
Really, I would have thought it would be.
Hardest hit I ever been in is Hopstad, Indiana.
Gosh,
full racetrack.
Full racetrack, turned loose, and they probably had 100 cars out there, didn't they?
It was over 200 the one year was out there.
Wow, that's something. I remember one time, Brad, I remember this. You said a while ago was Clinton. Was it Clinton, Kentucky?
Yeah.
When they tore your car up and broke it in half. And
Jeremy
tore the door
Ham hit him in the corner.
The top, knocked the top plumb off of it almost.
He didn't have no door or nothing.
I could just step between the door and the post and get back in the seat.
Yeah. He come to me and I said, Brad ain't gonna run that car. I didn't want him hurt. He's got a wife and kids to go home to.
Yeah.
But Brad, being Brad, he's hell, I'm running it. I said, he'll change his mind, and he got close. It's time. Brad fired the damn thing up, and I said, dude, I'm not gonna let you out there. Oh, he got madder than hell at me.
Yeah,
that's pretty mad.
Yeah, because I wouldn't let him run the car. But looking back, I made the right call.
You probably did.
Yeah, probably. That's as far as it goes.
Well, it's funny to me sitting here because we were talking earlier, like when you were doing that Napa series, man, that was 20 years ago. 20.
Oh yeah.
When did you start that? 2000?
2005, 6.
I started earlier than that, about 2000. I started, 99.
You start that early?
I run it. I think so. I know I started promoting derbies in 98.
I think it was like 06 or 07 before you ever came to Benton.
That show right there was late in the season. What's that date say on that show right there?
09.
It was way before that.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that tells you it was 408.
That was the year before I won it in 2010.
Right.
09, I think I got third because it come down to me and
Right.
guy from Illinois, and my darn wires shorted out on me.
Yeah. Everything was my fault.
Yeah.
Oh, that's what I was thinking. It was kind of odd for me because last time I seen you two together, I'm sure you was trying to kill each other or yelling at each other.
I laughed
anyway.
at him.
My wife, my wife's the sweetest person ever. I mean, she's and she was telling me when I told her I was going to do this, she was like, there's my wife and my son Cannon. And I told her I was coming down here, and I never was into big cars. I always got my butt kicked into big cars. Little cars are my thing. I just like them, and I know way more about them. And but I never missed those, any derby.
Yeah.
And the little cars had went to the firewall forward stuff, and that just hurts. It ain't no fun.
Right.
And so I was stepped out, but we never missed a show. And my wife's like, "You're going down there? You hate that guy."
You talking about
And
me?
I'm like, "Yeah." I was like, "I don't hate Mike Weatherford. Like he's he turned the corner in the sport." She's like, "You used to cuss him like a dog. He's making stupid calls, and that wasn't right." And I was like, "Well, okay, you got me." Like you was telling me about Brad cussing you. You know.
Yeah.
But Brad, see, and I'll let the cat out of the bag about some of this stuff. Yeah, I had the click, and I had S&D. That's what the crowd come to see.
Yeah.
And I was dumb enough to see that, that it ain't about me. This show's not about me. It's about y'all guys. But I know everything you do, if you remember, it was the click and S&D.
Sure.
As long as there's a rival right there, that bleacher's going to be full.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And what I liked with the end of the derby, how I knew I had done my job, when Brad Doublin, Max Parrish, and that bunch are cussing the hell out of me, and here comes the S&D with Wes and Joe and Trevor and all them cussing the hell out of me, and I'm going like this. Well, I did my job.
Yeah.
That was your two rivals right there.
Well, you think
everybody
about
else
that.
was collateral damage.
You're taking, and you're not just because it's click and S&D, and I mean I know the history way back, but you take any group, two groups of men, and then make them go beat the hell out of each other every weekend.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It don't matter if they're best friends.
We stopped it. It used to be county fairs, you do one a month. My series was damn near every weekend.
Just one after
It was
another.
every weekend. Just
Yeah,
about.
it was a year. It was a long time.
Especially when it was hot out.
My wife put up with a lot of stuff
They
for
did.
many years, buddy.
Yeah.
Let me tell you.
But
Yeah.
what was it? What made y'all keep coming back? Was it the competition, or the pride, or just trying to win?
I love the Derby. I said, I grew up, my uncles and my cousins all Derby, the Bell Boys from Mayfield.
Yeah.
And, and I loved it. I loved Derbying until it got to where all this protector stuff. And I just, and these Fords. I loved the Derby back in the old days.
The old iron. Love to run the old iron.
I love the old iron. I don't like being in a Ford. I don't like the feel of being in a Ford.
Yeah.
I like Chevy
Brad,
wagons.
statute of limitations is coming. You didn't spend all that money you won from me all them years ago, right? You didn't spend all that.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Them damn old box Chevys, I got to know. It's okay. Was they cheated up?
I ain't never cheated a box Chevy in my life.
That is hard as hell to believe. Help me out here.
I don't know. I mean,
Have you ever seen what I'm talking
no,
about?
I know exactly what
Who
you're
else
talking
could
about.
take a damn old box Chevy? When I seen him pull in, I said, Brad, this must be just the end of his career. And by God, would get to the final with that sucker.
I mean, and killing. He was killing Fords back then.
I got called everything in the world. He's cheated up. And I'd say, let's go look at that car. Find something in that car. I'd tell him, go find something in that damn box. Box Chevys ain't supposed to do that. What was your secret?
9 out of 10 times on a box Chevy when I brought it to the track, didn't even have the body bolt.
I know you're right. I was wondering if you wasn't hiding something with that. It's okay, Brad. I won't be mad if you tell me.
I put that on my grandkids' life.
Right.
The only thing I ever done to a box Chevy was weld the bumper shocks on them and make it where the bumper wouldn't fall off. And half the time I had aluminum bumper on the front of the car.
I like them welded bumpers. I don't like to stop the Derby, pick them up.
But I never would set them up to where they was solid and not bounce. I had give.
Yeah.
That's the only thing I can figure out why they were so tough. When I'd hit, the suspension was given and not the frame.
Man, I'm telling you, though, do you remember that day back in the day with him and them damn box Chevys?
Oh, yeah, 100%.
Going head on with them damn old welded up damn.
The one of him and you're showing Mayfield coming out on fire.
Yeah.
Remember that?
Oh, yeah, I got some video of that, Brad. I got some. But he would take them cars, and I caught mortal hell out of that.
Yeah.
There's everybody, them guys out of Missouri, Kenny, Missouri, all them guys run over here, all that Illinois guys, there's no way that car's legal.
Yeah.
There's no way a box Chevy can do that. And I'm standing there saying, guys, I don't know what to say.
They've got a class now that's happened a few times. They call it the Humpty Dumpty class. And it's for those cars, for those 77
Brad don't need no
metric
Humpty Dumpty.
Chevrolets. And, I mean, that's the thing. He definitely killed a lot of people with those things.
Oh, he wore them out, and I caught more. He may have wore their car out, but I caught mortal hell with you and them damn box Chevys. I remember that part of Derby. Scott Broom said the first Napa Derby was in 06. Zach, help me with his name right here. Is that Mickelson?
Mickelson.
Said that when we need the small town fair shows, he runs the MWFA class and paid $50 race rate to the last Derby he ran. Okay. Cody Bryson said that Derby drivers are good at reading rules and finding the gray area. Shane Gordon asked, what about the guys that can't read? Shane, you're the only one I know that can't read. Hey, Shane Gordon, you're one of them.
Yeah, he's one of them.
He's one of them guys that constantly said I was letting people cheat, get by with shit, because they tear his cars up. Because, see, these Paris guys had a problem. You know what it was? They get after each other.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was always. Am I wrong?
Yep. I've seen him go. I've seen Shane go after. Dang it! I don't know. Blank there.
Oh my gosh, 44 too.
Page, Billy Page,
all
and all
of
them.
them.
All be out there hitting each other.
And they blame it
wide
on
open.
me. They told me I ought to move to Kentucky. You ought to just move on to Kentucky. Let them guys win our Derby. I said, I'm not driving. And I'd say, have y'all guys ever thought about working together for just a little while? Because when I blow that horn, it was just like all the Paris guys get over in the corner and wad up.
Yeah.
And these other guys, they just peck around a little bit. They tore their crap up. And y'all went, am I lying?
No, you're telling the truth.
And I caught hell for it.
And then you had guys like Bob Baldwin that come in there that really wasn't with nobody, but he was just the greatest dude ever.
Where are you at?
And just sit around and he's there at the end and his shit held together somehow.
Yeah.
Everybody liked him, so nobody really got on Bob.
No, they didn't. And Bob was a great guy.
I hit him at night at Dyersburg and thought I killed him when I flipped him.
He did flip. But I never seen him mad.
No.
Never got mad. There was a couple of them out there that never got mad. You'd knock them, turn them over. There's going to be a fight.
Yeah.
No, and the police, God, this show's not about me, but I
listen. We got to do something like this. We got to get more of this out.
Okay.
We got this thing going on. We're working on Throwdown reason I was talking about Brad. I actually filmed Zane Baird from Sturgis. I know you know Zane.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I filmed the first episode with him and learning curves.
Yeah.
Like a few things. Bring your own chair is one.
Yeah.
Because he put me in like a chair from a continental breakfast at a hotel in 1984,
Gotcha.
And I'm 280 pounds.
Well, at least he give you a cushion.
Yeah, I had that, and then but we filmed that. We need to get you on there.
Hey, I'll be
We're calling it Back in My Day.
Oh, and I got nothing really to add to it. Them guys are so much better.
You got more to add than you.
Yeah. A rocking chair. Get me a rocking chair. They say I'm an old man.
But that story, not change the subject, but that history's got to be preserved because these new kids coming up do care about the sport. Like Napa, imagine how much bigger the Napa series would have been if you'd have had social media.
Yeah.
To the degree you have it now.
I took that series. My idea came from my years of drag racing. And I had sponsors that paid for all my racing. And I like derbying, and I would derby too. I won some derbies back in my day, and nobody even talks about that, and they shouldn't because it was back nothing like y'all guys did. And I'm nowhere near that kind of driver. And I took that, and I said, I want to organize Demolition Derby. I want to put this on the map. I want to take these guys, give them some organization, give them a set of good rules, get the money up, and get a big sponsor, and let's make this work. We had points. I guess people still do this, and I'm not bragging.
They had a point series here recently that was kind of national.
Yeah.
They did it. Mark Elliott did it about 3 years, and I don't know for whatever reason he stopped doing it. But points has been hard. It's hard to get anybody to do points.
Well, I had a point series that I had a Bart Durham attorney sponsored it. Napa Auto Parts paid for all the other stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Then when I'd go to a town that had a Napa store, they come on board and helped us. They give us all those giveaways. We throw balls out.
Yep.
I carried what I learned. And I was also promoting other stuff. I was bringing in carnivals and concerts and stuff, but Derby's where I kind of stayed with. I just learned from my years of being on the road, traveling, racing, what these guys did. And I tried to bring it and organize Demolition Derby. And I think I was probably, you just nailed it. You made me think. I was probably 20 years too early.
Yeah.
If I'd have waited till now with all this social media.
Yeah.
And stuff, it might have, and I just quit it. It was still going when I quit.
Yeah.
I just told them all, it's my last year. I'm just tired because I couldn't organize it. Me and we went back to L.A. and talked with the guy from the X Games. I don't know if y'all remember the X Games.
Yeah.
What's that guy, Tory
Shooting.
He flew out there with us.
He started Derby Icons was his promotion.
Right.
Derby
right.
Icons.
You need to get with him. He's a big.
We're
time.
going to. We're hoping to reach out to him eventually. Get him on there.
All of us guys back in that day, we was just in our infancy. We were just trying to build something. We didn't really know what to build, but we knew that derbying could be national, like y'all guys are doing now. We did what we could do, what we had to do with. And we flew out there trying to organize it. We was going to make 4 divisions, Southeast, Northeast, Southwest, Northwest. And we had sponsors. We had sponsors where I was going to pay y'all guys big money just to show up and do derby. They was going to film it, put it on TV, and make another, what was that TNT did back in the day?
Motor Madness.
Yeah, we were going to do another Demolition Derby.
I never know why that didn't go over TNT.
Well, it was before its time. Right now, they're doing it now.
A lot of people say in the Derby world that Dusty Rhodes killed TNN, Motor Madness. You remember when Dusty Rhodes came over?
There was another group. What was that other Demolition Derby guy that it was a series around forever? God, I wish I could. Somebody help me. What was the name of that one?
There's been so many promotions, but I can't.
No, this was a big derby deal back in the day. Name one of them guys.
I'm trying to think. I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, he done derbies.
They were from out west.
Yeah, it was a big deal back in the 70s and 60s. What was the name? Somebody is
was
watching.
It Chitwood? You talking about Joey Chitwood's?
No. It's a name when I say you remember. Chris Quick said Chris Quick, you did. You won a lot of the Napa shows, brother. He did. Chris Quick said he did.
Man, I seen
he
Chris
cheated up cars too.
Did what?
He brought them cheated
well,
up.
Hell yeah, you did.
Them Arkansas welding runs.
Yeah, he did. They was cricket welding, right? Chris, I'm gonna tell you something about Chris Quick. You watched how he drove.
He's dangerous. He's a dangerous man.
That dude right there, like a buzzard. He'd catch the weak and he'd take an axle out. He'd move on. Beat and bang, take an axle out. He never complained much. Chris said he won $1,500, $5,000 with a broke axle.
Yeah.
He did.
Wow.
My daughter said, y'all a bunch of crybabies.
Oh,
She's right about that.
And old Thunderbird.
Yeah. Yeah.
Orange Thunderbird.
Right. That's right. Hey, I can't say that I stopped cheating. I'd be stupid to think I even come close to stopping cheating. But I made them have to work harder to hide it. I will say that.
Yeah.
Didn't you feel better after we started the series about the cars a little more closer than they was before?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. You tried to make a level playing ground.
Yeah.
Like I said, you can't find it all, especially laying on the ground.
I cannot imagine what it was like outside looking in here for you to draw heats. Like, oh, hell, that Mike set it all up. Because you had S&D and the click and all that, and you're doing a random draw.
A random draw.
And
when you got
they had
12,
to cut you.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I've cried and griped about that. He put me in the heat with everyone else.
I don't put
myself.
They forgot there's 12 click, 12 S&D. They're going to be in the same damn heats.
Yeah.
When you got half the cars out there belongs to one or two teams, and I never mess with the heats.
Yeah.
Now let me take that back. I can recall a time that Jess come to me and said everybody in the clicks are the S&Ds in one heat. I said we can't have that. Can't put them all in. That's not fair to them guys.
Yeah.
Trying to get top 3 to get in the feature, you can't put them all in the same heat.
Yeah.
So I did go back and pull the names out and got them all fair. Yeah, sometimes you'd get in there with all the other teams, but you got to understand, you did derbies. I give the derby. A lot of my derbies I give to you.
Yeah, you gave me that headache.
Yeah, I give it to you. I sold it to you. You want your money back?
Yeah, give me my money back.
No, I got it. I done spent that. Yeah. But the point I'm getting at, you know how it is. It just happens that way sometimes.
Oh, yeah.
There's no way to cheat.
No.
And they would say, Mike, you're cheating. And I'd always laugh and say, How can I make Brad or you or S&D or anybody win? I get paid out of the bleachers.
You ain't making no more money.
Yeah. I don't give a damn.
I don't care who wins.
No.
I mean, my check's already here. It's already made out.
My daughter, my Jessica's back there in the trailer with the cops counting my money.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. She's got the money counter going. I'm putting my money in McDonald's bag finna go home. I don't give a crap.
Yeah.
And I'm not being a smart ass.
No, it's facts. It's facts. And that's true.
And they said, we'll carry all of our cars home. They've said that at bus time. Well, that's fine. I'll get out of here earlier.
Yeah.
That didn't work. When you do that to a county fair, you get, maybe I'm crazy on this show. Shouldn't be this way.
No, I love it. I love
it. They tell me, you tell me. You would. I will load all of our shit and go home. See ya. I'll get out of here earlier.
Yep.
And now that you got the promoter, you understood it didn't make a damn. Because I go home earlier.
Yep.
The crowd up there would see a good derby.
Yes.
With 20, 25 cars is a good derby.
Yeah.
They got their money's worth. They're tickled to death. They're mad at me. They're mad at everybody. But, and it's over. So threatening me by loading all your cars up to me was, thank God, man, I get home earlier.
And then they would get to where, they wouldn't hit. They just bump around, and you go out there and tell them, hey, you got to put a show on for this crowd.
That's right.
F that crowd.
They didn't understand it.
You don't understand. If that crowd's not here, there ain't no derby.
That's exactly right. And I got to take a commercial break, but I'm going to tell you all this. It was hardest thing, Anthony and Brad, you listen to me, was juggling the crowd, the drivers, and the fair boards, if that's who you was working with.
I can't imagine.
The fair boards are terrible.
When I would work with the fair board, I would tell them, I'm going to work for one of y'all. I ain't working for the whole damn board.
Yep.
Who is it going to be? You, Anthony? All right, I work with you. I would tell Brad his car's illegal, load up on a trailer. He'd go to you.
Yep.
Because I done told him he couldn't run. He'd go to you and he said, Mike, Brad said he's going to leave. Yeah, he done told me that. And I'm busy. What are you going to do? I said, let him go home.
Yep.
Oh, no, man. He'll carry his buddy. If you don't let, I said, look, I run the show. That was on my contract. It's mine. I own it. If you let him run, you might as well fire me.
Yep.
You don't need any organization.
Yep.
He's going to run by the rules the best I can, or we ain't going to derby.
And that's still a common problem, man. You got a lot of fair boards out there that are phenomenal fair boards, and then you got these fair boards that it's a power trip, and everybody wants to drive, but nobody wants to step on the gas.
Oh, yeah.
They don't like to stepping on the gas. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Hey, guys, we got to take a commercial break because I got to pay the bills. I'm not as rich as these two guys right here. Hey, we're going to do a couple picks right quick. Tell me about that before we go to commercial break. We'll be back to watch the commercial break.
That's out in Red Bluff, California out there. Last year, a picture I took, guy ran up on the tire, got hung. Oh, actually, she's two tires. See the other tire behind him? Yeah. I'm trying to think of his name, and I can't remember, but that's a famous rodeo arena.
Right. Wow,
cool.
That's cool.
That's me. I jumped inside of a car in Pennsylvania, Dunbar, Pennsylvania, and there was a dead car they left in there for a heat, and I was in there filming.
Wow.
Never done it. Thought it would be fun.
Wow.
That's Josh Decker there on the right. That's the guy, one of the guys that started Track Shot Live.
Tell everybody MW stands for Mike Weatherford.
Yeah, Mike Weatherford. Yeah, we need to come around with the FA.
Yeah, because I got a lot of that. Mike Weatherford, F, but it was usually a U after it.
Yeah.
That guy in the middle there, that's Robbie Crittenden. He owns a Simple Solution and Twisted Metal Motorsports, putting on that show in Freedom Mall. But we ran that show. There's no entry fee to that show. They have 500 cars on average. It was all for charity. We were the only 2 Kentucky drivers, 47 cars in that class, and we got first and second.
Wow.
Kentucky took it all home.
So you can do the Derby without entry fee. I told a lot of these for fair boards, you can do it without entry fees, but go ahead.
They donated all the money. Yeah. And that's me the following weekend in Minnesota. I'm drawing a blank. Hastings, Minnesota, or Farmington, Minnesota. I flew from New York to Minnesota, got in another car. And the Mike Tix had that car ready for us and got down to third. There was 111 cars in that heat with me. Wow. It was the first world record attempt in a long time.
Wow.
They did the next year. They got to 117, I think it was, and the record was 125. And this year they did 160. I think it was 166 or 146
I think
one
the most
time.
cars we ever had was 81 cars, I think, one year, 78 or something like that. Remember when that big show?
Yeah.
70, 80 car? That's a lot.
We're talking one heat.
I know. That's amazing. How damn big a track is it?
Huge. It's
huge.
It
has to be. Be like a Walmart. We got right here.
Oh, that's us out in Skinny. That's our buddy Skinny there with the cane. He's one of the OGs, Mike Tix, and then the big tall guy's Micah. That's us in Pectonic, Illinois. You probably remember Brad Metal Mayhem, where it used to be. That's where that's at.
Wow.
And that's my homie. That's Fatty's son, LJ. LJ's got Down syndrome, and he is my dude.
Dude, that's
you
want
to get beat up?
Yeah, I like watching him on there.
Oh, yeah, he's cool.
He is the star of Track Shot Live.
Oh, man, that's so cool, man.
He's the best. That's me and my son over at Sturgis. First year we did the Enduro Derby thing you see around here.
Yeah.
I had took that to Sturgis, and that was my son was just born, and it was his first show, so we got that picture.
That's good stuff right there, man. That's what it's about.
Yeah, that's me. That's 2 years ago out in Greeley, Colorado at the Greeley Stampede Demolition Derby. It's huge. That venue right there is 15,000, sells out.
Wow.
For the Derby. That's my son and my wife.
A good Derby will sell out.
It will sell out for sure.
We had about the fairground only holds like 2,700 under the grandstand, so I'd always bring in every bleacher we could find. The most we ever sold tickets for, I think, Jessica, you can tell me if I'm wrong. She's probably watching. I think it was 5,600, and we told them after that, we're out standing room only. Don't come back. Want your money back. We tell you.
You know, Paris is one of the biggest grounds around too.
It is.
I mean,
we packed it. Remember, we would pack it.
Oh yeah.
Hey, folks, I got to take a commercial break because I got to pay the bills. I don't have the money these two guys got. Hey, when you get back, I got a little old video I want to show y'all back in the day, and I think you're going to like it. We're going to finish up this conversation. Hey, we'll be right back. Hey, have you ever woke up in the middle of the night and your house just feels kind of cool? Or come home from work and saying, something just don't feel right? Yeah, that's happened to all of us. Hey, it's Mike from the Mike Weatherford Show. Yeah, I've been through that problem. I've got the answer to your problem. A+ Heating and Cooling. They're the official heating and cooling company of the Mike Weatherford Show. They're your go-to place. Hey, when's the last time you had your heat pump just checked out? I mean, just had it serviced. If it's been a while, call Jody at A+ Heating and Cooling. Let him be the one to take care of all them heating and cooling problems. How about your duct work? You ever had it cleaned? How about sneezing, dust all in your house? When's the last time you had your duct work cleaned? Hey, A+ Heating and Cooling, the official heating and cooling for the Mike Weatherford Show, has got you covered. When it comes to your heat pumps, when it comes to your duct cleaning, give them a call and do this. Tell them Mike sent you. Don't turn that down. It's cold in here. What do? Live in an igloo? You need to quit. You need to start wearing T-shirts over here.
There's something special about jewelry that's been cared for properly. When a ring needs resizing, a stone needs to be reset, or a favorite piece simply needs to shine again. It helps to have a trusted professional close to home. Potto Gold Jewelry Repair offers professional full-service jewelry repair right here in Paris. Ring resizing in both gold and silver, prong retipping, stone resetting, soldering, professional cleaning, and even watch battery replacement. Careful craftsmanship, excellent work, high satisfaction. Also buying and selling new and heirloom pieces. Visit Potto Gold Jewelry Repair at 415 North Market Street in Paris, or call 7316-449113. Potto Gold Jewelry Repair, where fine details still matter.
Is your tank on empty? For best gas prices in town, fill up at 54 Fuel Mart, 1213A Westwood Street. And don't forget your other tank. Grab hot fried chicken, wings, pizza, and on Tuesdays and Fridays, the best fried fish around. Got a sweet tooth? We've got freeze-dried candies, candy bars, and more. Rainy day? Stay dry and use our drive-up window. Farmers, we've got your dyed diesel plus parking for big rigs. Open 5 a.m. to 10 p.m. every day. If you're feeling lucky, play the lottery or grab a scratch-off while you're here. 54 Fuel Mart at the Westwood Y. More than just fuel.
The Downtown Event Center is available for parties, meetings, or family get-togethers. The center comes with spacious seating and an area that will help make serving food easier. If you are having a birthday party, this is definitely the place for you. The Downtown Event Center is located at 107 South Brewer Street. Contact Jessica at 731-642-4992 to make your reservation.
Are you still undecided about your high-speed internet provider? Hey, it's Mike from the Mike Weatherford Show. Let me help you off the fence. TEC high-speed internet is what we use here at the studio, and let me tell you, it's flawless. From home to business, TEC got you covered. With upload speeds that match download speed, TEC leads the pack. Does your family play online games? How about security cameras and live streamers in your home? TEC, with their upload speed matching their download speed, it's as fast as clicking a button. When it comes to high-speed fiber optic internet, TEC is unmatched with quality and service all across the Mid-South. So do like I did. Go get you some.
Hey everyone, this is Jeremy Buckaloo reminding you to tune in to Sportscast with Jeremy Buckaloo live every Sunday night at 7:30 here from the Brewer Street Mafia Studios.
Hey folks, don't forget next week I got a great show. Bobby Keel, he wrote some of the #1 songs that you listen to every day. This gentleman right here wrote them right out of Nashville up here. You remember the song Time Off for Bad Behavior? David Allen Coe sung it, and the Confederate Railroad sung it. This guy right here wrote it. I could just name the song that this guy right here has wrote. He's going to be live in the studio coming up next week, Tuesday, March the 17th, and I'm going to bring Gary Gentry back. You remember Gary Gentry? He wrote The Ride. He wrote the Corvette song that George Jones. These guys right here are history in the making. These two guys right here. They're getting older, and I'm going to get them in here, and we're going to talk about it, and I'll probably get them to sing a couple songs. Don't want to miss it. Coming up next week live right here on the Mike Weatherford Show next Tuesday. Don't forget, coming up on Tennessee Informer, who is Perry Keatum. Meet the candidate for Representative District 78. He's going to be live on the Tennessee Informer telling you what's going on and representing for District 78 here in Tennessee. Hey, we got a big election coming up here. You don't want to miss it. He's going to break them all through. Got a great one coming up this week right here on Tennessee Informer, Monday. Hey, don't forget, coming up on Sportscast Live with Jerry Bucklew, March Madness kickoff. Gordon Hyatt, Dalen Poole, bracket breakdown, Final Four predictions coming up. Hey, you don't want to miss this, because I'm going to tell you, when Jeremy has his daughter on here with him, she's probably smarter than he is, to be honest with you. She keeps up with it. She knows what's going on. Hey, don't miss it. Coming up Sunday, March the 15th. If you haven't done it yet, go find him on YouTube or Facebook. Follow him, share him, ring his bell, and keep up with Jeremy over at Sportscast Live with Jeremy Bucklew. It's every Sunday at 7:30 p.m. You don't want to miss it. Hey, don't forget, coming up, TEC. They're what you're watching me with right now. They're the fastest, best fiber optic across the southeastern USA. They got a celebrating the completion of the Paris Fiber Network coming up March 23rd, 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. right here at the Paris Convention Center. Free lunch, free drawing, a lot of things. Meet the TEC reps, talk to them, sign up. BPU will be there because they're using all the BPU's phone poles and their infrastructure to run you to your house. The fastest fiber optic internet known to man is right here in Paris at TEC. Don't forget, it's coming up March 23rd, 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. at the Paris Convention Center. Go out there, get your free lunch, talk to them. If you haven't done it yet, sign up and get you some. Hey, don't forget the Peddler Advantage. They are serving 9 counties for over 40 years. 30,000 papers go out every week. And you can place your 20-word classified to run for 4 weeks for only $10. Hey, guess what? Every issue, you'll have the Mike Weatherford Show, the Tennessee Informer, and Sportscast Live with Jeremy Bucklew. You can find out what great shows that we got at the Brewer Street Mafia Hill Media Studios. You don't want to miss it. Hey, don't forget, we're live on all the platforms. If you haven't done it yet, reach over here on Facebook if you're watching me on Facebook, and, hey, follow us. We always got something that you want to talk about. Go to YouTube, ring the bell on YouTube, Spotify, all the platforms. We're on there. For more information, go to www.myparistv.com. Find out about all the great shows. And you'll thank me later. I have got something that I want to show y'all guys, and you're going to really enjoy this. Hey, this is talking about back in the day. Roll that beautiful bean footage. There's give me some of them drivers out there. 44, that's Max.
Bob Baldwin.
Look at this part. Look at this.
There's
Look at there. Wow. That was Brad. I got
That's old Bardwell there, ain't it?
I don't know where that's at. I don't know.
There's Mikey Holmes in that Frankenstein wagon.
There it is right there. I think
Bevel
won a lot of money.
wagon.
Yep, Bevel built. That's right. You notice every one of them had to have that Napa sticker on it, because that tells me right there that was the final show. That was the big show right there. See all the Napa stickers on it? If you qualified, you had to have a Napa sticker on your car. That was back in the day, Brad. That was some good. That was good derby.
That's back when cars bent.
Yeah, that was good derby.
And you can find them.
And y'all hit, hit back then. Look at that. You know, that's back in the day. That's
Joe
Smith. Yeah. Name some in there. There's 44. That's that guy out of Paris. That's Gafford.
Stephen Gafford. Yeah,
he was always in the Derby. Don't remember.
Yeah.
26. I don't remember that car.
I remember him from the movie.
Yep.
That Malibu wagon.
Yep.
Chuck. What his name was? Chuck.
No, that was a Cox. Andy Cox.
Oh, okay.
I don't even know some of these. I can't even remember some of these guys. Who was some of them guys?
Wes.
That was Wes. 41. Who was that?
That's Willett or.
Looked like a kid driving it. Really?
Did. Who had been 35? You remember? Who was that car? 70. That was Joe Smith. 22 is Wes.
35 was one of the boys from Tennessee.
Okay.
He had that outlaw Monte Carlo. I forgot his name.
Right. Hey, do me a favor. There's another little old little hit we took out of that. Show that for me, Kevin. Watch this. Look at that. I'll show you something. Brad, how do you get your big butt? And you know that little kid running right there is 42-year-old now. That's my son. That's Derek.
Yeah.
Coming off that bank.
Oh, Manny Rooster Derek.
Look at Brad come out of that car. Watch this, guys, in slow motion. He flies like a bird. Look at Derek dropping that
He bellies out there at first,
Look at that.
and then here he goes.
There he goes. He don't even touch his knees. Look.
Hey, she's getting hot. You got to go.
That's good stuff right there.
That's at Mayfield.
That
on
was
track.
it. And was that one of them old box Chevys?
I think it was.
Yeah.
Wow. Brad, you remember that?
Yeah, I remember.
That was long. That was 08 shot, so that was probably 07, 06. Because they followed me around for a year making that movie. Then it took a year to get it to the process. And then we released it. I forgot what year we released it. I think it was 09 we might have released that movie. I can't recall.
I believe it was. That's the year I got married.
I think it was 09.
Yeah.
You showed it down here somewhere. You had a debut.
Yeah, they debuted it here in Paris, and it went on the independent scene. Then it went on Amazon. It went really the Aussies in Australia. Man, it went crazy over there.
You know, we've got some Australians coming in.
Really?
Yeah, to Bourbon Beat down here
They
at
don't
Freedom
call
Hall.
it Derby. They call it over there. Something.
They call it Demolition Derby now.
Back then it was Binger Bang or something like that, Banger Bang. But it took off. It went everywhere. The funny part, the guy DU Media that made this movie of me, they followed me around, lived with me, and followed me everywhere I went. And there was a lot of B-roll. That's what that was called, B-roll. When you had to shoot a lot of stuff is left you don't use, you sell that. Well, they own the filming company, they own the editing company, they own all the companies. And my part was only after all the bills was paid. Then I got my cut. Hell, they was double, triple, 5 times cutting off. Hell, he got the money for editing. He's paying himself. And that was pretty cool.
Oh, yeah.
And look right here. Y'all remember that?
Yeah.
That's Max, boy. He was young.
Look at that $5,000 in his hand right there. And that's Michaela Gordon. I brung her in. I brung in some star every year, if y'all remember.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that's Tanner Darnell, the kid beside in the green, the light green there. It looks like
Yeah,
Tanner
the one
Darnell.
right behind Max.
Is that
like him.
And that's that Nichols boy in the back there.
Yeah, Robert Nichols.
Now, who's that guy leaning over in the gray shirt behind Nichols on the left, the Nichols?
I don't know who that is. Somebody at home surely would know.
Yeah. Now, who is that guy in the blue shirt? Is that Trevor?
No, it's not Trevor.
I don't think it is. It kind of favors him at first.
It favors Chris Hill a little bit.
Yeah.
What's the other brother, Brad? The Hill boys are
Stephen
Hill. Yeah.
That looks like Trevor Smith to me, but I could be wrong.
It kind of does, really.
It does look like him. But that was Michaela Gordon. She was a
American Idol.
Yeah, American Idol.
Yeah.
I had her, and then I brung. Remember we did a deal with Gretchen Wilson.
Yeah.
We had God Almighty,
Sebastian Bach. You had him here.
Had him here.
Tito, was it Tito Jackson?
No, one of them Jackson. Michael Jackson's brother was here. What was his name? God Almighty, Jermaine
Jackson.
Jackson. They had the Backstreet Boys. I brung him guys in this derby out here with y'all.
Yeah, Chris Kirkpatrick was his name.
That's right.
I saw him about a year ago. I was flying to a derby, and I walked through the airport in Nashville, and I was like, I had to back up. I was like, that guy looks familiar, and then it occurred to me it was him. Yeah.
And then we, what was that girl off of Pet Detective? Man, she's crazy as hell. What was her name? Remember she played in Pet Detective?
I don't remember.
Sean Young, is that her name?
Sean. There was a Sean on there. Yeah.
Yeah, that girl. She was there. I had her out here, and you talking about crazy. Now I was worried about. I let them drive some cars just for the fun of it. She scared me. Because, son, she got after it. Sebastian Bach wouldn't drive a car.
Yeah, because his uncle said his uncle got killed in a car.
Yeah. Pussy. I can't say that. He's a big baby. I mean, come on, dude. Yeah, edit that out. Sorry, I'm live. I'm talking about a pussy cat. He's a real nice guy. He really is. Wow, that slipped out. But they're laughing in the control room. But what was I going to tell you? Oh, yeah. You remember the time I brung the pacifiers for y'all's crying babies' butts?
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah,
I didn't get one, though.
You should have got one. They always crying. I said, y'all a bunch of tough guys. So I went to Walmart and bought every pacifier they had.
Yep.
Had that sack up there in my hand. And I was talking to them and telling them what I expected them to do, how I expect them to do it, and they all started to cry. I started throwing the pacifiers to them. Here, y'all want to cry?
Yeah, I was in the driver's meeting.
Yeah. It was funny. But let me see here. David Willett said after the clip, Waylon Outlaw Monte Carlo.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nick Metton said he was in the car 26. Shane Gordon said bring back Weatherford Motion. You start it back and he'll buy it. Yeah, right. David Willett said, yeah, to Mike in Paris again. Cody said Anthony will announce for you. There you go. Jeff Fatty Clark. I don't know. Is that guy with you?
That's my partner. Okay. One of my partners in Throwdown.
Yeah, he said for TV you have to have a good guy and a bad guy. You're right, brother. You know what I'm talking about when you got the click and you got the S&D. That's how long you make it work like the county fairs back in the day. That's exactly right. That guy knows what he's talking about. At the time, they didn't know it. I played off that. You know, you got to have the good and the bad. And I don't know which one of y'all's the bad guys. Do you?
Nah, none of us. None of us. Was all good guys.
Yeah, y'all was. But when you can pack a grandstand with 2,000 or 3,000 people there to either see Brad and the clique win or Brad and the clique lose, it's like the Earnhardt days.
Yeah.
NASCAR, same way. They'd either, or drag race, NHRA, they'd either come in to watch me win or they come to watch me lose. It didn't matter. It made the check fat. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know,
and you had some kind of to a degree, you had a cult following around here of just people that became fans and
it was
got into it.
I'm going to tell you, it was absolutely amazing, Anthony. It was the people that followed that series around. It was the same faces. We became friends with these people. You got to know them. You got to know their families. They was the same faces every time. A lot of great people in the Derby world. And here's one thing about Demolition Derby drivers that I want people to understand. I've talked about the bad side. Let me talk about the good side. When it got down to it and somebody in the Derby world needed something, these guys are there for you. Somebody get hurt, Brad got hurt, all them guys were there for you, wasn't he, Brad?
Yeah. When I got sick and everything.
Yeah, they was all there.
S&D, they bought parts to help me through, hard times with medical bills and help my wife.
That's what I'm talking about. These guys are tough and they cuss each other and Max Parrish tried to take a pocket knife and cut his guy's hose
his
off.
Cousin.
There's his cousin.
Yeah, jumped out there in a damn derby while the derby was going on.
Got his butt thrown in the slammer.
Yeah, we got it.
Face
I had
down
to
on
put
the
him in
bank.
jail that time. I had to put him in jail. And I told all the cops when I got there, if there's any cops watching, they'll tell you. I said, Dad, I can handle it. I ain't scared of none of these guys. Most of them couldn't whip me anyway. But I said, don't put him in jail. I can handle it. If he gets out of hand, you'll know
I can hear you right now in the driver's meeting saying, when I throw my hands up and I'm done, they're yours, boys.
That's right.
That's exactly what you say.
That's exactly. I say, when I throw my hands up, y'all belong to the cops then. Because, they was bad about the cops getting involved when they shouldn't. Because and I said, these guys, I tell the cops, I need security, but mostly in the damn crowd, not the drivers, the crowd.
Yeah.
Man, them dudes was hard on us, throwing stuff at us. And they're still that way to this day.
Yeah,
and
drivers get tempered and
they get over it.
They get over it pretty quick.
They would. 9 times out of 10, poor Brad's been my hammer tonight. I peed on him a lot. I've been my nail. I've been the hammer. A lot of times I said, Brad, I'll see you next week. Next derby he come back. How you doing, Brad? But he was slowly, he's got that Irish temper, I reckon.
Coming in,
he was mad. But
I can remember back in the day, though, before you started organizing this, I've had state police have to escort me to the county lines, the state lines. People wanted to shoot me, wanted to cut me. For winning the Derby.
Look, can I tell this story? It's supposed to be about you.
I'm good. I'm having fun, man. I'm having fun, Mike. You let me come talk about Derby. I don't care what we're talking about. Let's just talk about it.
Me and the Parrish guys back in the day, back in the 70s and 80s, we went to Mayfield, Kentucky. It was me, David Wilson, the Pages. God, most of these guys are dead. I'm talking about now. We all went over at Mayfield, and they was handing it to us, son. and we didn't get. I was in there by myself, and they just got on me like stink on crap, man. They was hammering us, hammering us. Well, back in them days, I was pretty high tempered, and I come out of the car trying to fight. Next thing I know, the cops had me, and they told me, if you ever, where was I at? Mayfield, if you ever show back up at this track, you can never come back to Mayfield. You're barred for life. They escorted us plumb out of Mayfield. About 20 years later, I showed up running the Derby.
Yeah,
You put the show on. That was funny because one of the cops was there. I told that story, and he said, "Hell, I was working here that time. I remember that. I don't remember you, but I remember that." But it's funny how times turn around. They told me I could never come back to Mayfield ever again.
Yeah.
And then it turned around, I come back running the Derby. Is that not amazing?
Oh, you saying that, and like Brad was saying, they're talking about the fights and things that used to happen.
Yeah.
So now on a national level, I will have to say the majority of drivers are pretty professional.
They are.
And a lot of the stuff is one and done unless you're running some of the big team shows. So you got to run the car 3 or 4 times. But now, don't get me wrong, they're still pissed. But you won't know it. They don't come up to your face. They'll get home and get on that Facebook.
Oh, damn.
And that's what changed. Back then, you had to take it.
Yeah, we had a forum, but nobody done that. These guys get in your face.
Absolutely.
They was in your face. It wasn't, I'm old school. I didn't call you on the phone tell you I'm going to beat your ass. I'd go to your house.
Yeah.
That's how I grew up.
Yeah.
And then when it was over, it was over.
Yeah.
Now that you're right, man, these keyboard jockeys,
it's
I
terrible.
ignore that, man.
It's terrible.
Come on. I'd rather have them get out to the ring, get pissed off. Ricky Roan, he said, you brought him in to play the middle. Yeah, you're kind of right, Ricky. You was kind of the middle guy there. I understand that. And Dustin said it was great to see Derby. Dustin Swain, man, he was my partner.
Yeah,
I
remember
heard
Dustin.
that name. Yeah.
Dustin Swain, man, I'm glad to see you're watching it. Look, I wish Dustin, he should have been here.
Yeah,
I'm going to tell you, Dustin would come up to me. He'd say, Mike, what we going to do? They're madder than hell over. I said, just ignore it. Oh, man. I said, no, I'll just let it go, let it go. Because they tried on me, and I'd say, no, you're not going to run that car. Well, Dustin is a lot calm. You remember how calm Dustin?
Oh, yeah.
He was my
clean
attorney.
cut, real clean cut dude. Yeah.
His family was
Lawyer.
attorney. Yeah, lawyer. His granddaddy was a judge. This dude was a lawyer. He ended up being the deputy commissioner for Department of Labor, state of Tennessee.
Wow.
So this dude is a good guy, and he come up to me. You know, if y'all tell me y'all go to Dustin, and they try to get Dustin to do something, and he come to me and said, Mike, I said, just ignore it. Are you sure? I said, just ignore it, dude. I said, they're going to try every way they can to get what they want done. And he said, they said they're going to go home. I said, they'll tell you that, but they'll come up here about 5 minutes before it's time to shut the tech line. Well, I guess I'll let you, I'll fix it. You know how it was.
Yeah.
That was. And Jeff Fatty Clark asked, can you tell Anthony again? I know what I'm talking about. Hell yeah. I don't know this Fatty.
It ain't going to do no good, Fatty.
Fatty, I don't know you. But, dude, I got you back. Yes, listen to this dude. If we're talking about rivalries, you got to have them.
You got to have them.
Like NASCAR.
Pro wrestling.
Yeah. Well, no. That's different. That's more. Now, my son-in-law is a professional wrestler. That's more of a. I can't say cheating because I don't want him to put me in one of them damn locks, them holes, and ask me if that's a cheating hole. That's fake. I don't call it fake.
Kayfabe is what they call it. Kayfabe.
Oh man, I wish they
Acting.
It's not act. They got to work choreographed. That's
choreographed. Yeah, sure.
But Dale Earnhardt, remember that. Dale Earnhardt would say, "They boo me on a Sunday and they pay me on Monday."
That's right.
They buy his T-shirt. So Fatty, I got you back, brother. You know what it's like. You've got to have that rivalry. And I knew it back in my day. Is Fatty older than you?
He's about the same age, maybe a little bit older, a year or two.
Well, okay,
yeah.
well, I'm an old man.
Now, he won Dent. If anybody said that,
good.
he's a big deal.
Right.
He thinks he's a big deal.
Big deal.
He is a big deal. But he's trying to tell you, right, man, you got to have that rivalry, but you got to keep it under control. But you got to have that rivalry.
Yes.
Because half the people out there wanted to see this dude right here and his team lose. The other half want to see this dude win.
Yeah, absolutely.
And you know what they're both doing? They're both buying tickets.
Yep.
That's right.
And
every weekend.
And they're putting money in Mike's pocket.
Every weekend.
But, honestly, you could say, do you still friends with them guys? I would say 99.9% of them I'm still friends with.
Yeah.
And Brad, tell me what you told me one time after you took those derbies over. Come on. It's okay to say it. I won't make you say it before time.
I come to you and told you that, Mike, I'm sorry for all the cussings I gave you. But I want to give you one last one. I wish you'd have never talked me into doing it.
Well, I mean, it's the way it was. Brad did. He manned up.
In Demolition Derby, man, I have, like you were saying earlier, I've met some of the salt of the earth, the best people of the best, but I've also met some of the worst sons of bitches
I have met them out there. But, as a rule, I can't really. If I could think of it, I'd call you out because I don't give a shit. But I can't remember none of them that I have any of this that I hate. I don't like.
Absolutely.
The worst ones, I liked them. It was over because I would look at them and laugh because they were angry. My years of boxing and tough man, you don't get angry. That'll get your ass whooped.
Sure.
They're angry, and I'm sitting there laughing at them thinking they couldn't hit me with a handful of mustard seed. They're so damn mad. You know what I'm saying? So it's just, and they're going to be all right. But if somebody else, it's kind of like, your girlfriend, you might can cuss her, but your friend ain't.
That's right.
These guys would have had my back. If somebody had got on me, y'all would have had my back, right?
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. And I had their back, and
and they're coming out of, people don't think about all the adrenaline that's flowing through. They're like bulls, big old testosterone.
That's what I tell everybody.
Hey, I want to ask you one thing here right now.
I'm gonna lie. No, go ahead, Brad.
How many other people did you come out there to the car and say, "Hey, you're doing all right. I just got to act like I'm chewing you out, but you're doing
bunch. That's part of the game. Because look, when I got 500 people, hell, sometimes 2,000 people hollering, Brad. Brad
him hit.
Yeah, that's right. Brad,
they're double teaming.
That's right. They all ain't on Brad. But I'm just using him because he's here tonight. But when you got all them people back there hollering and scooping and calling me everything in the book, I'll blow the horn. I'll go out and I said, Brad, you're doing fine, but I'm just going to act like I'm chewing your ass out to shut the crowd up. Yes, that happened. And Fatty, back me up on it, brother. You got to do what you got to do.
I had to do it too.
You know, Fatty.
had to do it too.
Fatty is he was the head inspector for Smash It, which is the biggest demolition derby promotion of all. His uncle owns it, and he was the head inspector for like 20 years. So he's told me some stories.
Oh,
you know?
yeah, you got to do it, man.
Brad, when you said that just then, you think about the hollering and all that.
Yeah.
It made me think of Eric and Michael's mama, Mama Hicks, what we always call her.
Son.
She was a cheerleader, got down.
But
man.
I liked her.
I liked her too.
Son, she was a good woman. I thank the world of her.
But she's ready to fight.
Didn't her husband pass?
Yeah, Ron passed.
Ron, they was great people. I wish they was watching because they're great people.
I see Eric some at Benton. He does some
Eric's a
announcing there
great
at
guy.
Benton.
Yeah.
And they're into pulling now, tractor pulling, garden tractor.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah,
he is.
Michael.
Yeah, they're great people. But Brad, I did do that. Yeah. But that's not cheating.
No.
I'm just trying to, I'm trying to play both ends to the middle.
Yeah.
You got to. I go back and I'd look and they'd give me thumbs up because I done got on Brad's butt. But I tell you, you're doing all right. I had to, that's part of it.
Oh, yeah.
But it's like Barnum Bailey Circus.
Yes, absolutely. It's a production.
It's a production. And I was inexperienced at it. I was learning as I was going. But it goes back to my racing days.
I don't think, though, I don't want to say it wouldn't work now, but you couldn't be as competitive with all the county fairs now and all that you could back then because the cars ain't there. The cars is like $800,000.
They'd be there. They'd be there. You'd have to make your own class. You'd have to take out MF, out
MWFA. Yeah.
That'd go back to chain and bang.
You're right.
Yeah.
But like you said, it'd take a while to start it. But if somebody, a real true diehard derbier that wants the derby, that can't afford $40,000 on a setup,
that's 90%.
It'll grow. It'll take a while. It's not going to go overnight.
No.
But you got to have a facility that's willing to take the lick.
That's right.
You can probably, I would tell a fairgrounds if I was going to promote a derby. If anybody's ever watching, this is just my opinion. My opinion, and 5 pennies gives you a nickel. Okay. Yeah. If you wanted to bring back derby and get it back to its grassroots, find a fair and find you 5 or 6 guys that'll build a stock car, bring it out there, don't charge them to enter the derby, and just let them go at it. Let them take a few minutes if they can come back in.
I preached the same thing the other day.
If you'll do that and can bite the bullet, because look, it cost me a lot. I lost a lot to start with on that derby. You know how it was. When you can imagine the first time I teched cars.
Oh yeah,
they'd never been teched.
No,
it was a day. What's the guy? Man, I'm sorry, I can't remember his name. From over here in Tennessee, guy had the long red hair. Helped me there a lot at the end. Y'all bought derby cars.
Oh, Ed Pointer.
Ed Pointer. He cussed me at every derby because I'd catch him cheated up. His is so obvious. There, he's got it. Okay. He gets on, and finally one day, Ed Pointer, I love him. I'd say, I tell you what, you've complained about every car out there cheating. Why don't you help me? Well, you wouldn't do if I found it, I said, if you find it, their ass is out. I've never had anybody that's ever texted me, if you're on here tonight, tell you. If you work for me, I told you. If you find it, their ass is out. I didn't go over nobody. I didn't say no, let it go. I never did that.
Never micromanaged, just
never.
They made the call, and that's
the call. They made the call. Now, I had the official at the end of it.
Sure.
But if it was cheated up car, I didn't say, no, let him go. That never happened. Ed Pointer got to work for me. And Brad, happens to be just for you. He didn't think them damn box Chevys and all them old Buicks and shit, them boxes you was running was legal.
Yeah.
He come out from under there. I said, what'd you find? I didn't find nothing. I said, well, I thought you said he was cheating. Well, he didn't this time. He knew I was going to be here. I said, okay, all right. So we went on. Next couple of derby went on, and he was still having me. And finally, he come up to me one day, about like you did. He said, well, I guess they're not cheating. I said, they're cheating, but not as obvious as you are. I've made cheating to where you've got to hide it better. For me to sit right here on this show and tell you that I stopped all cheating is absolute insanity. There's no tech guy can tell you that. Because as much, just like NASCAR, you're looking at millions of dollars in NASCAR. You don't think they cheat?
Absolutely.
Yeah, you just find a way to not get caught. And
interpretation. It's all interpretation of the
that
rules.
ain't cheating.
Yep.
I did it in NHRA. We cheated. Sure we did. Hell yeah, I cheated. Because look, you can't win with everybody the same. You've got to stand out. And you find them rules, and you look at them rules, and you find something in rules, and then when you start winning with that, they'll put a rule on it. And I did it. I never let nobody through there, and I never claimed to catch everything cheating, but it was a lot better when I got done than it was when I started.
Now, did you now cutting's a thing, man? If you go to a derby, you're taking a torch.
Oh yeah.
You're
They had to
100%.
my derby, yeah.
But was that a common thing, or did you have more people just back then load them up because they couldn't cut?
When I first started, they loaded them up, but not everybody carried torches because you had heats.
For the heats.
At first, there's a few, but at the end, we didn't catch. I don't know how far to tell you the first was till the end. I don't know what time frame. You understand?
Sure.
But I would say the first year we had a lot of cars that had to load up because they just too far cheated. You couldn't even run. Obvious stuff, just obvious metal on top of the radiator support and obvious metal laid down the humps. You know, that's obvious. You can't cut that off.
No.
Then they'd load up and go home. It got to where it wasn't that much.
Well, I would believe that, thinking, I know Brad ran the series and he would know more, but
yeah.
Unless you're building your cars in the wintertime, at the rate you was putting on shows
You
and
didn't
they were
have time to
competing
do
for
much.
points, there wasn't no time to cheat. There wasn't no time really to get in the anchor body and all that.
No, you didn't. And I allowed them to, I can't remember all the rules. You could take your body bolts out, 1 inch all threads. You can weld the tops of your frame, bottom of your frames.
Yeah, you weld the frame seams.
Weld all that up. Yeah, and then you could, I kind of made it mandatory to either weld your bumper on or chain it on. Because only reason why, because I didn't want to have to stop the derby. Because the insurance, it's a spectator sport and it's a risk.
Sure.
It's a known risk. But it's also neglect on my side. If you leave an axle out there and the car runs over, it throws it up and hurts another driver, you could be liable.
Absolutely.
And a bumper, same way. So I would blow the horn and stop it. But I tried to find it when there wasn't something big, big shot coming.
Yeah.
I tried to find a little lull and everybody's kind of moving around. I'd just blow it and get it off the track. And I wanted them to weld the bumpers or chain them on there because I didn't have to stop you for that. Axle braking got limited there at the end. I don't know what y'all changed the axles or got better or something.
Building bigger rear ends, bigger axles.
Yeah, it got better, but there for a while, it was just a constant axles. And you have that much. Most time you break it off on the little end. He wouldn't break off at the bearing, break off it up inside, and old C-clips break off.
Yeah.
You're coming out of axle out in a car, hitting it, running right through the floorboard. That's dangerous. Come on, guys.
Extremely dangerous.
Yeah.
Even though I do a lot of risky stuff, y'all got to go home, man. You got children at home.
Yes. It's calculated risk.
It is, but still, if I could prevent it, stopping it and getting the bumper off and getting an axle off the ring. And most people didn't. Y'all understood that.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I don't think they complain much about it.
Only time we complain is where cars are running really hot and you're taking your time out there.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Sitting there.
Now you can't. Yeah, I know they cuss me for anything. But you got to remember, it usually wasn't me out there. I've heard it someone out there. I stood over by the dozer.
Oh, yeah.
Behind that dozer. That dozer blade's hard to shoot through. I figured when somebody's going to shoot me. But guys, I've had you hour and 20 minutes. Where do you want to go with this? Where we at?
Man, I'm idiot. It doesn't matter to me. We're talking about Derby. I can stay here all night. When the camera goes off, we keep talking.
Dude, Smiley Kirk said it's not cheating until you get caught. You're probably
Smiley,
right.
man. He's an icon. He's a good guy.
That ain't what I called him. What I called him?
Crybaby.
Crybaby.
Crybaby
Kirk.
That's what
I
I
haven't
called
heard
him.
that in years since probably the last time I watched
give him
Derby
that
Madness.
angle. He's a crying all the time. I love him. He's a great dude.
He's a good one.
But he's got thick skin too. He cried, I ain't coming back. I'm sick. Everybody said the other guy was cheating, right?
Oh yeah.
But they never could tell me where.
Yeah.
And we said, what's he cheating at? Well, I just know he's cheating. And I'd always say, well, in NHRA, you couldn't say my car was cheated. So I did have a deal where you could pay if you just kept on, but you tell me what's cheated on that car.
We're not inspecting that whole car. You tell me exactly where it's at.
Exactly.
We'll go look.
That's right. And you got to pay for it.
Yeah.
You got to take you. That's right. And if you're right, you get half your money back. The other half goes into the points fund. That's how we did it in drag racing back in the day. That cut down a lot of bullshit. Instead of coming to me and say the whole car is illegal. What? It's illegal. Well, the car's illegal. Where? Well, it's welded up. Where? What are you picking at? There's the rule. Show me what part of the rule and put your money up.
Yeah.
That cut out a lot of bull crap.
So back then when you were doing that, were you the head tech guy? Like you took all the tech calls? See, now at these national shows, they have a tech guy that designated for each class.
I didn't do all the tech, and I had about 6 guys.
No, but you took the calls ahead of time, the rule calls. I mean, that's what
to an extent. But if you was one of my tech guys, I might not even talk to you while you're taking his car.
Yeah.
You might be busy. If he found something obvious, I didn't have to be involved.
Yeah.
You found it. If it's obvious, he's got to take it off.
I mean, now it's got such a level that most promoters have an individual person assigned to each class.
I usually had that. I had Howard done a lot of that. Remember, Howard did a lot of that. But basically, if it was a if call, what if, is this legal, is this on the line, then I got involved.
Sure.
But normally, whatever they caught, you'd have to fix it. My son or any of the tech guys, they caught it and told you about it as a driver. You had to go fix it. I didn't get involved. They cried to me.
Yeah.
But I just say, what'd you find? Yeah, you got to fix that and go on.
Yeah. Now they got it where I guess probably where they'll call the tech guy, these big shows, on the phone for months ahead of time. And every day calling, well, can I do this? Well, why can't I do this? It says right here I can do this, but,
You didn't get that?
No, I didn't get that much.
I got it. When I run that series, my phone was going crazy before and after derbies. And what they would tell me they was doing it out okay ain't what they done when they got there.
Oh, yeah.
They'd call me and say, I'm going to do X, Y, and Z. When I got there, they done K and O.
Yeah.
You told me I could. No. That's not what I said you could do. And I usually tell them, Rule 12. And they'd say, what's that? So go read Rule 12. I've got the last call on all decisions. And that's where my buffer zone was. I'd use that rule. I've got the last call, no matter what. No matter what. No arguing. If I say no, it's no. But I never used that much. That was my way out because I'm not going to sit there and argue over a half-inch bolt. I'm not. It's not legal. Rule number 12.
Sure.
Just the way it was. But, yeah, I got calls. You don't know. Hell, I got calls, dude. Because remember, I'm early in this, teching cars. We're early into it, putting rules on cars. There wasn't no rules before.
Oh, yeah.
So you can imagine
going off county fair rules.
Was there ever a rule back in the county? I never seen a set in my day.
Depends on where you was at.
Yeah, I never seen a damn rule. You kind of just done what you want to do. But when I put rules on it, especially when you couldn't run in one of my derbies and you was calling me, what have I got to do? What do I have to do to that car to get it legal? I said, we'll take the hump plates off, or whatever it was. You can't do that. Or then they'd call back. Well, if I just take a torch. Well, you got to cut them off. Well, yeah, and they come back, they just cut right beside of it.
Yeah.
Shit like that.
Some of them guys melt lead down there, just melt. Look at Brad grinning. Yeah. He knows what I'm talking about. Melt a little bit of lead, make it look like it was cut.
Yeah, but I never claimed. Shane Gordon said full well body, no added metal, 1-inch body bolts, these new cards. Same time, sometimes less is more. That's right. He's right. Guys, I've kept y'all too late because we all got to work tomorrow, man. I've had a great time, y'all.
I've enjoyed it.
Had a good time.
We'll do it again.
We definitely will. We'll do the back of my day thing for Throwdown TV.
Call me, man. I don't know if I got any
time limit on it.
You're fine.
We just wasted an hour and 20 minutes talking about. We ain't even got started.
No, we haven't. Just talking, man.
Just talking.
Yeah. I don't know what I could add to y'all's show because you've got some greats in there. I'm just nobody, dude.
Well, I mean, the thing's very regional, but everybody around here wants to hear it. I'm sure everybody at home right now is saying, they want to see this, they want to hear this. We got to save that history.
Oh, I got more stories. I didn't tell you. I got stories, man. You can't do as many years as I did. I'd have stories, man.
Oh yeah, 100%.
I got all kind of stuff to tell you that, just crazy stuff but I had fun doing it, and I hope. A little bit, honestly. I hope a little bit these guys can look back and say, I had fun back during your derbies, man.
Oh, yeah. I had lots of fun.
Yeah.
Lots of fun.
Look back and say, I had fun at that. And I want everybody to feel like you got a fair shake. Did I make every call right? Hell no.
No.
I lost some boxing matches. I still think I won. But I ain't mad at nobody over it. It's just an opinion.
It's just like Terry Reed down at Union City, promoter. He'd always at the driver's meeting. He said, I want to apologize right now to y'all because I'm going to make y'all mad before the night's over with. Yeah. But after it's over with, it's over with.
It is over with. You're right. And, as long as I made a little bit, I made these drivers feel like that they meant something, by bringing this series to them. And as long as I made these people understand I was trying my best to organize the Demolition Derby. And I tried my best to be fair.
Yeah.
As long as they remember that, I'm fine.
There's so many people out there now that they want to say, oh, this ought to be free. Oh, you ought to do this for free. Just like with Throwdown TV and the pay-per-view. There's these guys out there that Derby ought to be free. Well, listen, I would love to make Derby free because I was that little kid starving for that Derby content and stuff. Yeah. But somebody's got to do it.
Ain't nothing free.
Nothing's free.
I mean,
you got to get money to get to A to B.
Yeah, and this has nothing to do with it, but even food stamps ain't free. Somebody's buying them.
Somebody's paying for it.
Somebody's paying for everything, and you only do so much for free. But there again, we're all in this old world together.
Yeah.
Got to make it right. Just all you got to do in life, and I can tell y'all younger guys this, just do what's right.
Yep.
Just do what's right. And if you do what's
make
right,
sure your life's right too. Because
yeah,
it
that's
can
right.
be over with in a blink of an eye.
we don't ever know it, brother.
You better make sure you're right with the Lord.
Exactly.
100%.
Just do what's right, man. And I can honestly tell y'all, I never cheated one time in my derby. I never gave anybody a card that was illegal. I never called the winner. And I can carry that to my grave. I can guarantee you that never happened.
You know, there's a lot of times, and even in situations I get in where you can hold your head up knowing you know, everybody sees the cards you played. Nobody seen the damn hand you were dealt.
That's right. Thank you, brother.
And that's the facts. And that's, you know, that goes in real deep for me and decisions we make.
You said something right there. Say, I learned something from you. That's exactly true.
They only see the cards you played. They don't care about the hand you were dealt.
I can honestly, and it's one thing I hold my head up, I can tell you, and I did open it up for anybody that wanted to be a tech guy. Come in and tech. You know all the different ones. Old drivers teching, because I wanted them to see I was trying to be fair, because I was trying to grow it. I was trying to get integrity to it. I was trying to get trust. And Shane Gordon, one of the biggest cheaters out there, he's watching tonight. You know, I love Shane, but still, he come in there and helped me. He couldn't find anything.
That's what I tried to do. You know, when I took over for you, I tried to hit a couple guys from the S&D, a couple guys from the Click. I said, y'all, okay, Click, go. Take S&D's cars, S&D.
That's right.
Oh, no, we ain't doing that right now. But y'all want to sit back here and gripe, saying
they're going to.
You let the Click do this because you used to run with them, and then you let the S&D do this because you want them to have their cars there. And
it's really cool now being as much of a fan of Demolition Derby as I achieve. My goal is to, like, someday be a historian on this. Like I love the sport, but all these guys we're talking about, I'm watching their kids run every weekend now.
Yeah,
I talk about Max, Corey, Zach Sullivan, Austin Doublin.
You're exactly right. I look on Facebook some and see all them young guys out there, and I'm gonna tell you, this is about me this time. At one time in drag racing, I was the shit. I was the guy. I was the guy everybody wanted to be.
Whatever.
But I can go to a track now, and they don't even know who I am.
Well, everybody needs a water boy.
That's good.
You know what I'm saying, though, at one time, but I can go to a drag strip. They done forgot who I am. And I can remember being that same guy when the guys before me.
Yeah. When
the guys in the 60s and the 70s, it was drag racing, setting all them records and stuff, I could see them. I didn't care anything about it. And what the hell, I'm faster than they are. Mm-hmm. I am. But could I have been as fast as they was in their era? Same when he moves up to me. I was pretty quick in my era. I was the guy to beat. Now I go back to they're a lot faster than me. I understand that. But could they outrun me in my era with my equipment? Probably not. But their daddies remember me. Their granddaddies. This is this guy, the hustler I used to tell you about. Yeah, how you doing, sir? They's going back to business. That's tough.
That's just about any sport.
It is, and I do that in derbies. But that's tough when you used to go to the track. And I'm not bragging. Please don't take it that way. But I'm just telling you how it bothers. And I've had older guys than me tell me that before I got there. There's going to be a day, Mike. Cherish what you're doing now, because there's going to be a day that only know who you are.
Yeah.
And I can go to them tracks and walk in there, and I don't know nobody. Nobody knows who I am. And I used to be the cat's ass in there.
Yeah.
And that's what's hard to swallow.
But now you got social media that carries it a lot longer.
It does.
People.
And they're bringing it back like he's trying to do with that. What's the name of that dude?
Back in my days, the show.
We need that, because I do it in my show. I think that if we don't know our history, we sure ain't going to figure out our future.
No, and you know, there's tips and things that's another thing with back of my. We were talking about Zane or mentioning Fatty. He took a Lincoln that I had that I ran at Benton, a gut and go car I built. And he's up there cutting on. He called me one day and he said, "Man, what the hell?" He said, "I looked back there and the damn shock was on fire." He said, "I looked up in there, it looked like rags." And I was like, "Well, yeah, that's an old trick, you know, to stick stuff in rags there." There's so much of that stuff. I'm sure Brad's got a closet full. You do too, of the old tricks and things that you did that are irrelevant to the modern day Fords or
the tricks I get don't even have cars to put them on no more.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
We drag race 540 cubic inch alcohol fuel injection, squirted some nitrous on them. And we run 480s in the eighth, 160 mile an hour. They doing that and faster on street cars now.
Yeah.
With those Pro Chargers and turbos and stuff. But them guys that run that fast now, put them back in my era.
Yeah.
But they run as fast as we did. That's how you
put them back in your era with the same equipment.
Yeah, that's
because
right.
you know technology evolution is true. Just like
that's what I'm saying with the same
cradles
equipment I had,
and drive shafts.
Put them in that same lineup that we was back in with all the same greats that I raced with, that we raced every week, that was just barely beating or barely getting beat. Them guys that run that fast now, could they have done it? Could they have beat us with our equipment?
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's what you don't know.
That's right. You don't
know.
Like
I mean,
driving.
they're like now, you know, there's lots of good drivers still out there.
Oh, yeah.
But there's a lot of guys out there that's not that great of drivers. They
Got
just
good
got good equipment,
That's
and
right.
they got tanks built. I mean,
That's right. That's right.
There's a
Good
lot.
driver.
I think that I'm going to be a little prejudiced here. I think the drivers in the Napa Auto Parts Crash for Cash series that I put on had some of the best drivers in the country.
Yes.
I would put them up against anything in y'all's prime.
Yeah.
And I've seen them all over. With
Yep.
doing what I did, I've seen them all over. And I'm going to tell you, y'all guys good because they didn't. A lot of them was wild. Sure, you did. But you take people like Mikey Holmes. He's always there at the end.
Oh, yeah.
Was he not?
Yeah.
Always
He had
there
good
at the end.
equipment.
Had a good equipment. He was always there at the end. Brad Doublin, coordinator, who pissed him off.
Oh, Kevin Hill.
Hill.
Kevin Hill was a great one.
He was always there,
fool,
dude.
man.
Bob Baldwin
Bob is
was
another great
always
one.
there at the end. You had them guys that you could always, you might not even think about them till the big money come out, and they're at the end. Just like NASCAR, like drag racing, you don't think nothing about it till they're on NASCAR, especially till the laps are winding down. And look, where did he come from?
Yeah.
They done it in Derby.
And that's kind of the cool thing about the point series you were doing is it gives you some retrospect to look back on and see how they performed all year and that they were constantly up there.
I've got a
top three,
video,
top
but I
five.
don't. Kevin, I know I asked you not to bring that out. Did you save that video of the points? If you didn't, that's fine because I told you not. That's great. I got one in 08 or 07 of the points the year that Bob Baldwin won it. It's got all of them. You're in it. A lot of them's in it.
Yeah.
I'm Brad Doublin, 5th in the points or 4th in the point, and talks about it. I've got that, and we played that at the banquet. Remember, we used to have the banquets.
Yeah.
I used to have points banquets. When you run the points, I fed you supper.
Yeah.
I remember that. Yeah.
I think, I may be wrong, but I think I won the first points one.
You may have.
I won one of them. I think it was the first
Yeah.
one, and then
Yeah.
Mikey Holmes won it one year, I think.
Yeah.
And
It's
Bob
tough.
won it.
It was tough.
Yeah.
It was but it was they was going to Derby anyway. And to be honest with you, Dustin got that sponsor up there in Nashville. He was in law school, and I don't know how it happened, but he got hold of some lawyers and they said, we'd like to sponsor that point series, and they give us the money for it.
Wow.
And they sponsored it. And my thinking was, and I'll share it with you now, was these guys are going to come there anyway every week. And some of them, they ain't going to win nothing because anything can happen. But I think they all, they split the money out. That's okay. I didn't care. I wrote a check to everyone. Whatever you did with your business.
It's your business. Yeah.
Yeah. But I said, why not have a points? They're going to be there anyway. Do you remember what he paid in the points? God, I don't even remember. Was
It
that
was either
1,000?
$1,000 or $1,500 for first.
Yeah. That was just a shot. Now, you would.
But
you
you
going to
paid
be
back. You paid back way down.
Oh,
Yeah, it paid like top 10 or something.
Yeah.
More than that, I believe.
Was it?
But I don't remember, dude. I swear I don't. God, that's crazy. Ain't it?
Yeah.
But y'all would have been there anyway, right?
Oh, yeah.
But you just extra point, and that was my way of trying to organize the sport, and it's just, and it worked to a small extent. I think maybe what we did maybe contributed to where we are now in a small way.
Absolutely it
It
did.
had to
100% it did. Yeah.
It had to help what we did.
The Napa Crash for Cash series, in my opinion, other than Motor Madness and
Yeah.
stuff, is the biggest thing that ever happened to the Southeast for Demolition Derby ever.
Well, I appreciate that. That means a lot because you're around it all. You
every day, yeah.
But it come out of my head. From my years of racing, organized sports, and I figured Derby needed organizing, and I thought I'm the idiot that'll try it.
Yeah.
Hey, let me tell y'all guys something. Everybody comes in my show. You know the name of the studio you're in. It's Brewer Street Mafia Studios.
Yep.
Everybody comes in will know for a part of the mafia. And it takes me an hour, in this case, an hour and 40 minutes to vet y'all to see if y'all can be part of the mafia. So tonight, I'm going to make you and you a part of the Brewer Street Mafia. You can read what he said. It tells you.
Oh, that's cool, man. Yeah, that's really neat.
It says you're an official member of the Brewer Street
Now,
Mafia.
can I use this to come back here and talk about Derby?
Yes,
some
sir.
more. That's all.
But I'm going to
really
tell you how
interested in.
valuable that is. If you take that in 5 pennies, it's worth a nickel.
A nickel.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Guys, let's do it again.
Absolutely. I'd love to.
Next time, you're going to be the host.
I'll do it.
Right?
Absolutely. 100%.
Anytime you want to do it, holler at me. Hey, like my studio, first of all.
I love the studio.
pretty neat,
I'm used to
awesome.
working in a garage or out in a crow's nest
Yeah.
somewhere.
Yeah.
There's some cool ones. I go to a show
shoot,
out
yeah,
in
they're all
Washington.
cool. Everything's got its place.
We're sitting up there calling a derby, and there's a volcano in the background. It don't get no cooler.
It don't
than
get
that.
no cooler
About a
than
mile from the Pacific Ocean.
don't get no
you just
cooler.
can't get no cooler. But this is close, and
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to. I want to tell your story. I want to tell that story, and Brad, and
Yeah.
maybe we can get some other guys in here, Max
them
or
all in
Wes Wes or somebody.
You know, like Brad and I, we've asked each other questions. We never talked about some of these questions we asked each other. You asked me about patting you on the arm and asked you, no, I'm not really getting on you, just make the crowd think I was. He's never asked me that before.
Yeah.
Sure. You know, why not? Make it fun. Let these younger
I just thought I was special, see?
Yeah. Now you know you're just one
Now
of
there's
them.
one of
I
them.
used you, dude. I used you. But, you know, let these younger drivers and a lot of people younger than me understand what we try to do in our time, you know, where we come from and where this sport started. It started the county fairs.
Yeah.
And I didn't start Derby.
No.
I didn't have anything to do to start Derby. But it was still just county fairs when I started. And I hope, in a small way, guys, that I did.
You helped out tremendously.
Yeah,
I can remember, just right quick, when, you know, Murray, Kentucky, which was always the biggest show around here.
Right.
I mean, 72 cars every year. And if you didn't pre-register, you didn't get to run.
That's the first time I ever seen 2 tracks was in Murray.
2 tracks at Murray.
Yeah.
And, you know, it was the feature only paid $300.
Wow.
You won more money in the heats because they gave you 10%, you know, back on the heat. There's so many cars in there.
Right.
So if you won your heat, you won more than you won in the feature.
Wow.
And, you know, you brought it up to we was getting $1,000 at least, you know, for first place. And then $5,000. So you made it you made it worth doing something.
I did because
but the point system was, I liked it.
Yeah.
My wife didn't care too much for it because I had to be going all the time.
Yeah, I
she was
understand.
about ready to leave me until I'd walk in with that check.
I'm going to let when you brought a lot of checks. You still got that big check?
Yeah, hanging in my shop.
There you go. A lot of people said they still had. Everybody said, I wish you'd done it one more year. I wanted a big check.
I was going to wear my jacket tonight. But
Yeah, you want a jacket.
It was a little snug.
Yeah.
A little pound or two
Yeah,
on.
y'all won jackets, too.
Yeah,
I forgot
got the
about
Napa
it.
Crash jacket.
See,
I still got it hanging in my
you
closet.
know,
Oh, yeah, I forgot all about
I
that.
did, too, man. We have a pretty cool
What was the
sidetrack.
last year? 2010 or
Don't ask me
09?
lying, man. I've done so much.
We got to get a copy of Derby Madness and get it.
I've got one.
We're going to get it digitized. I got Cody Fields, Team Fields Productions. Those guys will hook us up and put it
I think
online
10
for us.
was the last year because that's the year I won it.
You know,
was in 10.
I'm going to let y'all in a secret. I was working on the last year that I did. I was working on getting y'all big rings. Go when you won the Derby. Because I give you jackets and all the money. And I was going to get them a big old fat ring to wear.
Yeah.
I won one of them in HR. I won some points champions in drag racing, and you get a big ring. But I've been married twice and divorced twice, and so I don't know where all my crap went. But it's pretty cool because you'll spend that money.
Yeah, I'm 100%.
Oh, yeah.
But you look out there in your garage, and when you get old man, you'll see that still hanging up there and you'll smile. You still got that jacket.
Yes, I got that jacket hanging in
There
right
you
beside
go.
my driver's
Dude,
jacket.
I'll tell you how big a fan I am. I looked into it by having a chance. Went to Tractor Supply to get some bolts for a Derby car.
Yeah.
And this guy the lady come in behind me and she said, what are you doing? What's more the Derby car? However it was. I said, yeah. The guy said, you like Derby? And she said, he loves it. It's all he cares about. This guy had bought the first place trophy from the Marshall County A&I Fair, which is my hometown, from 1967.
Wow.
And it's sitting on my mantle under my TV. So I've got one of the earliest trophies from
That is cool.
1967. And the fair, I think, started the Derby in like 64. So it's right up there.
You know, I've got a lot of pictures and there's a lot of film that I don't have from all these derbies, especially that year they follow me around. But man, I am so guilty of not keeping stuff like that. I don't know why I didn't. Dustin said I paid the top 10. The points got the same cars to each show, which created a great experience. You're right. Brandon Eldridge said, thank y'all for what y'all have all done. And Zach Mickelson said he can't wait till the next time y'all guys are together. Well, at least one person.
We're going
like
to have
it.
a part 2.
Well,
Somebody like
yeah,
that.
right?
definitely.
Man, I appreciate
Mike,
it.
thank you so
Hope
much,
I didn't let
man.
you down.
No, I had a good time.
Brad,
Thank you, Mike.
brother, God bless you
God
on your
bless
health,
you.
man. Just
Thank
keep
you.
getting right, brother. Keep
Trying.
getting right.
Yep.
And, all right, folks, there you go. You heard just a tidbit about what it was like in my day. You know, we did have cars when I was younger. I know I'm an old man, but we did have cars. You know, they've been around a few years when I was born. But anyway, about Demolition Derby, where it started, what little bit that we may have contributed is it's debatable. To where it is now, it's a national sport that you can watch live stream. You can watch it on TV. They're really carrying it further than anybody like me's dream could ever thought it was. But I'm glad they did because I'm going to tell you, these guys are innovative, they're smart, and they're great guys. They bring their families. That's one thing. It's a family sport. You go to Demolition Derby and you watch them drivers, their kids are with them, their children, their sons, they're looking at them, they're looking up to their dad. I hear it all the time. Yeah, my daddy's Derby in your series. That makes me feel good. Their children remembered that stuff. So, hey, find you something to do. Carry your family with you. Derby's one of them. We're going to do a part 2 on this, but it'll be on his deal. Anthony's. Tell them where to find you at.
You can check us out on the pay-per-view stuff, throwdowntv.com. You're on Facebook. Look up Throwdown TV and Track Shot Live.
Right.
We've got several thousands of followers on there.
Where's your next show? You're going to be live streaming?
We're going to Freedom Hall here with Twisted Metal Motorsports. Bourbon Beatdown. It's in a 2-day show this year.
Where's it at?
Freedom Hall in Louisville.
Louisville, Kentucky. That's a big derby, ain't it?
It's a big one. It's going to be a humdinger. Got lots of surprises in store and some great cars. Bringing back the compact rear-wheel drive, so I'm pumped up about that. That's what I used to love. So going to have some Pinto wagons, Mustang 2s, AMCs, and all that back out there, old school. That'll be fun.
Wow. Before I go, there's no telling how many, and I'm going to say millions of dollars worth of cars that the Napa Auto Parts Crash for Cash classic cars we rent.
Oh, no doubt.
Those wagons.
Yeah, I wish I had all the ones I've tore up over the years.
And those and you figure these guys, there was about 40, 50 cars per week, and they was getting a couple of weeks out of one. So I figured in Napa Auto Parts, just my series, we jumped a bunch of cars.
Definitely.
A bunch of cars.
And you were right there when the Fords started coming in. Was it your series? That's when the corner turned.
That's when the corner turned. They did. All right, folks. Hey, I want to thank you for tuning in. I want to thank these two great guys here for hanging out with me tonight. I had fun, a little reminiscing. The more we talked, the more I could remember stuff because, it was a part of my life that I had fun doing it. And I can say I tried to organize. It's like trying to herd cats. You ever tried to herd cats? That's what Demolition Derby is like, trying to herd a bunch of cats. But anyway, I had fun doing it, and I hope some of y'all drivers that watched this tonight enjoyed it because I did. I really had enjoyed it. Hey, don't forget, next week, we got a great show coming up. Bobby Keel, man, he's a great guy. He's a singer, songwriter. He wrote a lot of your number one song that you listen to every day. This dude right here wrote them. He's going to be live in the studios talking about all them great stories, man. He hung out with some of the greats. From back in the day till up till today, he knows them all. And also going to have Gary Gentry back in. He's going to be talking with him. It's going to be a great show coming up next Tuesday, 7 p.m. right here live on the Mike Weatherford Show. Hey, tune in next week, same time, same place. Before I go, I want to thank my sponsors, thank my viewers, thank Kevin Keel in the back, Scott Norwood, Dana Allen. Hey, just thank everybody for doing what we do. Because I got the easy part. I get it set up here. These guys are not going to agree with me, but it's be a trophy. I'm just a trophy. Hey, tune in next week, same time, same place. Like I always say, don't be late. There you go, guys. We're still hot.
The Mike Weatherford Show is recorded live in the Brewer Street Mafia Studios in downtown Paris. A Kill Media, Brewer Street Mafia Productions.